Rant.
That's it. We're live on the rant. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere that you get your Shining Wizards Wrestling podcast. Tony, episode 587. Kevin is here. He just we had a little pre-show meeting, and then he had to use the little boys' room. So Kevin will be back for the show.
Kevin had to make tinkles.
Tinkle. We got happy Memorial Day to all of you out there. If any of you served, thank you for your service. It's greatly appreciated. We wouldn't be doing this podcast for 10 years if it wasn't for you. Right? Is that a nice thing to say?
Yeah, 10 plus years, of course. We happily piggyback on the freedoms that our military has provided for us over the past 3 centuries now, almost 3 centuries. So yes, thank you all.
Century is 100, right?
Yeah, so it's almost 300. It's almost 3. Right. Yeah, like 2.5 centuries, somewhere around there. Depends on where you consider the start of the United States.
Well, is it whatever? I'm not going down a history rabbit hole with you.
Math and history, yay!
No, this is not Schoolhouse Rocks.
Schoolhouse Rocks.
Oh well, happy Memorial Day to all out there. Episode 587. We got a giant show. I was gonna say, but I didn't.
What were you gonna say?
Big show.
Well,
we got Matt Lancie joining us shortly. Talk Wildkat Sports. Their X-rated show coming up on June 25th, I believe. Ooh. Is the date I have in here.
Speaking of PB.
June 25th. Yes. We got AEW Double or Nothing to talk about. We got picks to talk about.
Oh boy,
which is. Yeah, you know what, Tony? Oh boy, yourself. Okay, I wrote it down, fucker. Well, we got two things we need to discuss tonight.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. One, this bullshit committee nonsense.
Oh, we're gonna do this again,
Tony. We're a couple weeks out from Can You Beat That? I need to know. I got to know what the situation is. Secondly, you have been teasing for weeks punishment for me and Kevin. I wrote it down now. All right. You were saying at the beginning of the show, I'll tell you guys your punishment later. And then we get on some crazy rant and we're talking about this and that and 2 T's and that. We're all over the place. And then I fucking forget. And then we get off the show and I'm fucking making dinner and I'm processing. I go, this motherfucker didn't tell us the punishment again. I wrote it down tonight. Under show stuff.
Show stuff.
I'm very organized. I'm a very organized individual.
I'm curious to see what's written down that's not designated as show stuff.
Patreon.
Well, that's show stuff. That's all.
That's not stuff to talk on during the show, though. 600th episode. We talked about it in text. I just want to clarify the July 5th episode, since the 4th is a Monday.
Ooh.
And then I wrote down bonus content, but we were talking Patreon stuff, so we never got there. That's what was under that.
All this and more?
Oh, we're going to do Down the Aisle tonight, too.
Fuck yeah.
So all that and more next here on your favorite wrestling podcast, the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast.
The following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live on rantiumradio.com and available on all podcast platforms and at shiningwizards.com. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. As always, we thank you for your continued support. And now, enjoy the show.
This is outlandish Zicky Dice, and you're listening to Shining Wizards.
What's up, fuckers?
Where did cheese go?
It's a stupid fucking question, Kevin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hey, this is Moose.
God, that was disgusting. Shining Wizards rule the world.
You are tuned in live to the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast, episode 587, live on the rant, rantymradio.com. Coming to you in video format live on all of the video formats, including Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and the YouTubes, and going with you wherever you go because we are available on all podcasting platforms, including Anchor FM, by the way. But enough of the bullshit. It's time for some wrestling talk.
And talk about wrestling.
Tony.
Matt.
You dummy.
Unmuted KJG. Happens to the best of us, boys.
Of course it does. What's going on, boys?
I went to go share the link and forgot to unmute myself.
Ooh. Fellas, how we doing tonight?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you, Kev?
Living the dream. How was the old holiday weekend?
I mean, fine. Not really
Fine.
relaxing.
Tony's kid celebrated his 55th birthday.
That's
Fuck
right.
yeah, dude. AARP bound. That's what I say.
Let me ask you a question, right?
What's that?
Seriously. I think I consider you guys my best buds, right?
That's right.
And I invite you over and I share things with you. How come you don't ever tell us when it's your birthday, when it's your kid's birthday? What if we wanted to send some edible arrangements or a crave case or something nice for your kid? A penthouse. I don't know.
Well, you know what my birthday is. You guys wished me happy birthday this year.
It's always around fucking WrestleMania and you never tell us.
Yeah, I never know what your birthday is, ever.
See, that's a shame. I know when your birthday is, Kev. I know when your birthday is.
Well, because here's the thing. My birthday's on Facebook, so you could easily check that out. And Matt, I don't know if yours is as well.
No offense, but if it's your birthday on Facebook and like it comes up, I'm not wishing you happy birthday on Facebook.
I don't care if you wish it to be on.
No, not you. This is in general.
Yeah.
This is in general.
That's fine, but that's an easy indicator to know when my birthday is.
You want to know something dumb? I'm glad this came up. When somebody will post like like some like wrestling website, just say like Wrestling News Gaga, whatever on Facebook.
Oh, love the Gaga.
I love Wrestling News Gaga. I get their magazine every month.
That's right. Gaga
It's
Weekly.
beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, so like they'll
Or
post
monthly.
up like today is Matt Cardona's 36th birthday. And
Happy birthday,
everybody
Matt.
but everybody just puts happy birthday, Matt, underneath. You think fucking Matt is reading fucking Wrestling Gaga news to see who's wishing him a happy birthday? No, it's fucking stupid.
But if he's tagged in it, he might notice.
No, but he's
Also-
not. Usually it's not. They usually just put the person's name up and it's like, oh,
Well, I'm
happy
not-
birthday, so-and-so.
I'm not super familiar with Wrestling Gaga, so I don't know how they
Well,
operate.
My
Or
question is,
Wrestling News
how do you think Wrestling Gaga got so big? They wish people happy birthday, and then those people read and they go, "Ooh, I should tell all my other wrestling friends about Happy Gaga."
Yeah, that's the whole gimmick. The gimmick is just like, let's just wish famous wrestlers happy birthday, and then everybody's gonna come subscribe to our channel because of that. I don't know. It's
There
just
you go.
dumb.
The Mott Spock. Happy birthday, Mark.
That's later, sir.
Yeah, so here's something too, by the way. Kate, Matt Cardona, and I have the same birthday. So does Big Rich from Jersey. That's a great day to be born, apparently.
Great. All that information and $3 will get me on the path train. Who gives a shit?
And learning how to spell birthday also will get you somewhere.
Wait, what did you say? Hold on, wait. Did you spell it wrong?
BIRT. Nope. BIR.
Birthday.
Bahurt Day.
Birthday Happy
The Bahurt
birthday.
business.
to Matt Cardona and Kate the Great.
Happy Bahurt business day. Bobby
Our poor guest, Matt Lancie, he joined during our pre-show. I love when somebody's early. He's listened to all this bullshit for the past 10 minutes. I want to add him to the stream if he's ready, but I don't see his beautiful face.
There he is. He's listening. I love it.
Yeah, y'all been cracking me up for the last 10 minutes. I'll tell you that.
Well, Matt, it's an absolute pleasure.
I want to real quick. I want to go off of what Tony said. Yeah, don't wish people happy birthday on Facebook. Send them a message. Call them.
Thank
That's
you.
just bullshit. That's cheating. That's
Thank
cheating.
you.
But what if
Love it.
but what if it's an acquaintance and not necessarily a friend?
Then don't fucking wish him happy birthday.
But what if
do
you
want me
still
say?
want to make sure that they're having a good day, man?
Get their number?
And what? And do what? Then text them once a year like a jerk?
Yeah. If you're that concerned about it and you want to show them that you're like interested and you care enough that you want to wish them happy birthday, get their phone number.
No, I'm sorry, Matt. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Matt
here we
Lancie,
go.
not Matt Shining.
I figured.
So if I'm gonna get somebody's phone number to text them once a year, what's the difference between that and wishing it to them on Facebook if that's the only time I'm going to talk to them once a year?
Because
If it's-
yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead,
I'm
Matt.
sorry. You got this.
If it's not someone you talk to once a year, if it's someone you talk to daily, whatever, you should know right off the bat. I'm gonna go off
Exactly.
that.
And I do both. Like Kate, we just talked about it. It was Kate's birthday. I texted Kate happy birthday, I believe. Kate, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
But she doesn't have the Facebook. So my buddy Rich McDonald, it was also his birthday, texted him and made it Facebook official. So everyone else could see that people care about this individual.
No, you make it so this way you think that you care about everybody. Like, hey, look at me. I'm Kevin. I'm wishing my friend a happy birthday.
No,
Me.
that's not true. You
Well,
idiot.
don't do it.
What do you mean? Why would they give you the option then to do it?
Who gave you the option?
Facebook.
Call your friend.
Freaking Zuckerberg.
Call your friend. Big Rich is a good friend of yours. He's worth
I
more than a
tell
Facebook
you.
message.
I said that I texted him. I said that I called him.
Ugh.
And then I also made it Facebook official. So
I think-
people see that he is loved by
No.
others.
Facebook official is like, wow, look at me. I'm on attention. I'm wishing my friend a happy
That's
birthday.
what
You should
Facebook
too.
was made for, you dope.
No, it's not.
It was made for people to get attention.
No, it's not. Yeah, for people that are like bitching about politics or religion or God forbid wrestling pay-per-views and other nonsense.
Matt Lancie, what, sir? What do you think about what this?
I said my piece.
He's out. He had enough.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. This was a
I'm gonna
great
get a
talk
message.
about
Thank you for having
wrestling.
me.
I'm gonna get a message from Luke Hawks later. Matt Lancie hated because all you did was talk about Facebook birthdays.
Oh Jesus!
What was that?
10-minute Facebook. 10-minute Facebook debate.
When we get on our rants, we get on our rants.
This guy's held almost every title in Wildkat Sports, and we're talking about fucking Facebook with him.
Bad timing.
Poor Matt.
Is what it
Thank
is.
you for taking time out of your busy schedule at the Outlaw Lansey on Twitter, Outlaw_Lansey on Instagram. X-rated June 25th down there in New Orleans. You've been with Wildcat for such a long time, and you've gotten the opportunity to grow with Wildcat. You've done stuff with WWE because of Wildcat, and you've teamed with Luke. What does it mean, this June 25th X-rated show, which is sold out, people? If you want to go, they got 50 walk-up tickets available day of. First come, first serve, 21 and over. Look at this, Matt Lance. He's teasing. What does Wildkat Sports Entertainment mean to you?
Well, we start off. I'll start off the kickoff. I know we're gonna have a bunch of Wildcat superstars on y'all's podcast coming up, and I'll start the kickoff, the buzz for June 25th, X-rated. I believe this is our 5th X-rated show. I have been with Wildkat Sports since the beginning. First class. It was me and 6 other guys. I am the only one left from that class, besides myself and my current manager, Hardbody Harper. In that process, I was able to grow with Wildcat and actually become a head trainer at the facility and training all the new students coming in and all that. And I've been at every event since the inception of Wildcat back in 2011. So this itself is a big event coming back just for, everyone says it, we had COVID, we got shut down. We actually got hit bad by Hurricane Ida last year as well. So we haven't had professional wrestling, per se, in Louisiana, in the South, as a big presence such as Wildkat Sports. And I'm excited. I know for a damn fact everyone else is excited. And just to show you, the show is sold out. So everyone here is excited as well.
Yeah, and we love Luke. He's been a longtime friend of the show. What can you say about what he's been doing with his career and how he's manifested into a completely different animal than he was maybe 20 years ago?
Even 10. I've been in the business for 11 years now, all with Luke Hawks. Even 10 years ago, 5 years ago, in the last year and a half or so, even currently, he's shot straight to the moon with everything he's doing, all this, the acting and the TV shows and the movies and all that stuff. He's gonna talk about himself next week. I know that for a fact. But I'll tell him, he has provided for as many people as he can in Louisiana, as well as everybody else, even professional wrestling. Without Wildcat, I wouldn't be here to even appear on y'all's podcast and everything. So, I give him credit for that, as well as everything he's done.
Now, I apologize if I missed this, but I was checking the Wildcat social media and the website today. And the website's wildkatsports.com, and that's cat with a K.
That's right.
They haven't announced matches yet, have they?
We have not, but I have a special treat.
Do we know? Is it a Matt Lancie match?
It is a Matt Lancie match. I was actually just updated moments before I entered the chat with y'all. It will be a first time ever matchup for Matt Lancie, and I am excited as hell because this has not happened. It will be June 25th, X-rated, Matt Lancie versus Shane Taylor.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
First matchup, hit right off the bat.
That's big, man. How does that make you feel?
Happen.
How does that make you feel?
I'm excited. I've been on the outside looking in with everything he's done at Wildcat and in professional wrestling itself. And I'm excited because I'm a brawler. I know Shane's gonna bring all. And it's going to be, let's just say, I'm going to feel it the next day. I can tell you that, as well as he will.
That's awesome. Shane Taylor versus Matt Lancie, two former Wildcat heavyweight champions going toe-to-toe. Wow. If that's not getting your sea legs under you right away, I don't know what is.
For a big hiatus such as we had with Wildkat Sports, I'm excited to get back. I know that I got a tall task in Shane Taylor, but I'm no stranger to any of that.
I have to ask a very weird question.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's
so
what we do
I
here,
was
by the way.
I was catching up on Matt Lancie stuff, and I watched your match with Stevie Richards. And there's it looks like Stevie Richards has a goddamn Pringles can in his tights. Is that something? Do you go back and be like, bro, what the? Come on, bro, what are you doing? I don't know. I've been in a locker room once or twice, and I usually just sit by the curtain and be weird. But do you guys talk about shit like that?
Oh. We talked about
a lot. I'm just gonna say we talk about a lot of shit, and I'm gonna leave it at that because this is gonna go down a weird alley, and I don't think we want to go there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just was watching the match, and I'm like, Jesus, dude. Good for you. But I don't know, if you're like, bro, put a fucking cup on or something, man.
All right. So bringing it back to actually wrestling, but keeping Stevie Richards in the conversation. What's something like that worth to you too? Wrestling a guy like Stevie Richards, man. That's
Continue. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, what he's meant to wrestling in so many different ways, especially in the Wildcat family. He's a mainstay there. So is he one of the family? Does it still feel special when he comes in and you get the chance to work him?
Yes, it definitely does. Actually, Stevie Richards is I hold him to a high regard. He's actually one of my mentors, and I'll pick his brain constantly, send him matches. We'll discuss various angles or anything that makes sense because he has a plethora of knowledge for how long he's been in the business, and he still loves the business. He loves to help, but it means a lot when I can call him up, send him a text, give him a call, and he'll answer. He'll respond back, hey, send me something. Hey, let's talk. And he's very big on wanting to speak to you and actually see if it registers with you, and not just send you a bunch of words in a text and then you take it how you take it. That's kind of something that I instill in all my students, that I always tell them, if they have any questions, please don't message them to me. Write them down, and I want you to ask me in person so that I can try to explain it to you, so you understand where we're coming with it, and I want you to know what's going on, not just say and take it how you want in word form. But yeah, it's very, very special having him around.
So for those not familiar with yourself, obviously Wildcat is quite a hike from New Jersey. So for those not 100% familiar,
Kevin,
oh, I
you
know where
Oh,
you're
you
going.
know?
Go
Okay.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No,
I
go.
know. I know you're rocking that WrestlePro shirt. I know the Wildcat Championship was defended at a WrestlePro show in 2018. And Mr. Lansey was there.
Mm-hmm. Came up short in that one, but yes, I was at WrestlePro back in 2018. Well, it was 18? I can't remember. It was so many years ago. COVID, that's 2 years of just a blur.
Wait, you were up in Jersey?
I was. Myself, Jay Spade. I believe Pump Patrol was up there.
I did not. Wow, either my memory is bad, which it is, because I'm at every. It was a Rawway. Was it a Rawway show?
It was.
Or was it a Union show?
Yeah.
It was WrestlePro, no holds barred. The Rawway Rec Center. Jay Spade at the time was the heavyweight champ, and he defended in a 4-way with Buster Jackson, Matt Lancie, and Sean Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I work Gorilla for Pat Buck and Kevin Matthews. So
Name dropping son of a bitch.
well, I had to let him know that.
Who's using the bell over there? Who's in control of the bell?
Yeah. whenever I name drop people that I know, he rings the bell. Yeah. All right. So it's coming back to me. 10 years of working for them. It's tough to remember everything.
Oh, it was a great time up there. Great promotion. Great atmosphere.
Did you come to the bar after?
Honestly, probably. It was so long ago. We probably had to catch a 5 a.m. flight the next morning or something. So I'm sure we were up all night and everything like that.
That's awesome, man. I wish I had more of a interaction with you at that point back then. 3 years.
Well,
ago.
we're hoping to get back up there. I think I was actually just talking to Jay Spade last night. We were discussing about potentially trying to get back up there and seeing what's going on. So.
Well, maybe I'll put in a good word at the next board meeting.
Hey, I'm not saying don't try.
Booker Man Kevin. We're on the
right.
line with Matt Lancie at Outlaw Lansey on Twitter, Outlaw_Lansey on Instagram. Big show coming up June 25th. X-rated. He just announced him and Shane Taylor, first time ever, and they both have huge history in Wildkat Sports. And you said you've been there since the beginning, and I know this is like a super vague question, but like, who's your favorite person to work with in Wildkat since you've been there for so long?
That's a loaded question. Luke Hawks. No.
Nailed it. Tony, ring the bell.
Actually, I wrestled some great people at Wildcat. I'm always wanting to get in there with some new guys and see what kind of quote unquote magic we can make and everything like that. But going back to 2016, I'm gonna put him over as much as I can because dude's a hell of a worker. Jay Spade. We had a best of 5 that turned into a best of 7 that kept going, and that man elevated himself every match. He was kind of a newer guy coming in, and it was kind of my rite of passage to kind of move him up the roster and everything, get him over. In the middle of that feud, the crowd finally attracted to him, got with him, and then next year he became the longest reigning Wildkat Sports heavyweight champion. So, I enjoy professional wrestling. I enjoy elevating who I can and getting in there and stuff like that. But don't catch me on the wrong day because I will beat your ass.
Damn right.
I got now. There's a weird tie-in here, Matt. One man, Mike Dell. He trained old Fat Tits Tony over here way back in the day.
Well, we trained together. It was more like
you greenhorn.
Really? That's how you're gonna leave it?
What?
I mean, do you want to continue?
Yeah.
I mean,
please.
Mike Dell's former champion. You are just doing a podcast for 10 years here, Tony. So
yeah, but who's got to win over one man, Mike Dell?
You and Matt Lancie?
There you go. Mike Dell is beatable. He's only one man.
He's the man I took the title off first time.
There you go.
So, he's doing his Mike Dell one-man challenge.
So before you joined us, I don't know if maybe you were in the queue and not listening. We were trying to decipher who you looked like.
Oh, he wasn't here for that.
No,
all right,
I don't think I was there for that.
Who have you? Because Tony said you look like Brian Myers. I I said you look like more of like a. Well, now that I see you now in person, more of like a. You got like a James Storm vibe. to
Yeah,
you.
that's it.
Like
That's
so
the one.
Who have you been told the most? Who have you been compared to the most in or outside of wrestling?
If
No,
you know,
if you want to stay in.
No, we struck a nerve. He's got an answer for this one. I like.
No,
this.
I actually have two questions because it's kind of funny to me. You know, when I'll do the you know, we'll go places, or even when I've done some stuff with WWE and stuff like that. You know, I was always called Daniel Light, and you know, of course, Daniel Bryan. I'm just like, I was doing this before him, and I'm also much larger than him. But it's kind of funny. You know, I think Mark Henry called me Daniel Light, and I kind of just laughed because I'm like, all right. But I have gotten two of those that you've mentioned. I've also, you know, talking to a bunch of the older guys in the wrestling, you know, Tracy Smothers and all those guys. I've gotten a lot of Bruiser Brody and all that, and different things like that, and how I work and how I look. But you know, it's a plethora of stuff. You know, if anyone has long hair and a beard, you're gonna get preference to somebody, right?
Yeah. And that was the question I kind of wanted to ask you before we got onto the WrestlePro tangent, is that for somebody that might not know who the Outlaw Matt Lancie is, who would you say you would model yourself after as a professional wrestler? If there is one, unless it's just you.
You know, right off the bat, myself. But no, I do a lot of. I'm like a mixture. You know, I like watching a lot of the '80s wrestling, you know, early '90s wrestling. I'm not as much Flash as I'm not in there doing these high spots and running around doing that. I'm gonna take you down, I'll beat you down. Every time I hit you, you're gonna stay down for whatever amount of time it is. You know, I model a lot of my different movements and stuff after like a Magnum TA. I do a bunch of you know, how I move around is kind of an earlier Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley kind of thing. Try to model, and I tell all my students this. It's like, you know, you got to work, you know, how you move around the ring, how you sell and stuff. You know, I love watching like 2005 to 2012 Undertaker's movements in the ring, because he'll move his whole body around. Even if he's a 7-foot guy, he's moving everything around and trying to show you that pain, that emotion, and that's kind of stuff I bring into the ring. You know, I model myself after a bruiser. That's my style of wrestling. If I catch you, you're in trouble, so you better try to get away from me. But I kind of try to bring my own swagger, personality, whatever it is, and own wrestling style into the ring every time I come in.
And I love that you mentioned that portion of Undertaker's career, because Undertaker always had so many different emotions and so many different movements. But like that era of Undertaker, he would put all of his body into like anything that he did, whether it was just like that one step, or whether it was like you know, old school, or whether it was like he literally put everything, like you could see a different emotion in every part of the way that he moved. And that was such a like a unique part of Undertaker's career at that point, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome, man. That's such a unique portion of Undertaker's career to dissect on, and not a lot of people that we've talked to have ever mentioned that part of his career, and it's such a unique part of his career that
everyone wants to talk about the 90s to 2000 when he didn't do nothing. He just sat up. It's just a zombie walking around. I was like, yeah, you wrestle like that, but no one's gonna care.
Yeah, it's either that or it's like that, or it's like, you know, American Badass, because it was the change, but like no one wants to talk about Undertaker's like solid, constant main event run, like winning the big gold belt and all that entire era. Is so unique to talk about.
So Matt, you mentioned being a trainer, at the school. What's the most rewarding thing for you?
You know, we've had, you know, plethora amount of students come in. You know, we actually just have a new class starting, a new class of 4, which is great. You know, you always want, you know, having 4 start at one time is a very, very great thing to do, because, you know, in professional wrestling, it is a physical sport. It's physical on your body and your toe of your body and everything. So having a bunch of girls, guys, group pushing through with you is always great. The most rewarding aspect of wrestling. I love professional wrestling. I wouldn't be doing it still to this day. I've actually had 4 ACL surgeries in the same knee.
Oh, Christ.
Left knee. I actually went down in end of 19 after winning both belts. I was a Revolution champion and won the heavyweight champion. It was double holder. Literally 2 weeks after, I was at another show. Knee gave out. Setting up for a spear, went running, and then my meniscus got cut right up in my knee, and couldn't bend it. So I was in the ring, just kind of, well, that's not nice, that's not great. Did the match, went home, found out, oh, your meniscus is stuck in your bone, so they had to go in and cut it out. And in the process of them doing that, they had discovered that my ACL was probably about a hair strand to get connected. That's how thick it was, because it was just ricocheting back and forth in my leg. And they said that it could have held for another year. It could have snapped the next day. So the doctor went ahead and just pulled it out. Refilled my knee, put bone, fillers, all that stuff. And actually, I was not clear. I was in end of 19, and I was not cleared until June of 21. To get back in the ring. And that's when I got back in the ring in that for our July show last year. That was my first match back.
Really? That match with
Buku
Dow was your first match back since the end of 19.
Yes. I actually, and then the process, going back to the most rewarding aspect, is like the process was, in the grand scheme of things with COVID and everything being shut down, that actually gave me enough time to actually rehab the correct way and not rush to get back to the ring or rush to do this. And, I actually went through almost 10 months of rehab with actually one of an ACL specialist that took care of me every day for the first 3 months. And then, I went to see her every day, every other day, and that turned in twice a week. And I was doing a once a week kind of checkup maintenance and having me do some much better things. The first few times doing the surgery, doctors don't know exactly what you're trying to do. They're just trying to fix you. They don't know that you're athletic or you're trying to do this, you're doing that. So actually going through an ACL specialist and bless you.
Sorry about that. I tried to hit the button.
Just going through all that, it's like it was a changing experience. And I'm actually at a point where my doctor even told me that I'm probably about, instead of having 4 surgeries, I'm about 1.5 right now. So I'm actually better than I was going into everything else. So in that process, I got to spend a lot more time outside the ring, as well as being a coach. Because you're a coach, you're trying to get all your stuff in and everything. So during all that, I got to spend outside the ring and watching all our new students and actually picking apart their movements and how they're doing stuff, how they're doing all the moves, how they're stepping, how they're selling, how they're registering everything. And that actually is the most rewarding aspect, because I pride myself in, if I can watch somebody enough times, give me 8 times, 9 times, I can correct almost 80% of what you're doing wrong in that time frame. I can see what you're doing. And that's the rewarding aspect, is I know I can correct it, and then seeing them and their face just kind of be like, oh, that's what I need to do. Like a lot of times is you don't know how to control your body. You have to let someone else watch you, because in wrestling, we do a lot of stuff that you're not supposed to do. We're not supposed to fall on our back. We're not supposed to flip over and land. We're not supposed to do any of the crap we do. So your body's going to automatically stop yourself. So you have to let yourself go, and just seeing the reaction of these students when I tell them, hey, try it this way. And then they do it. They fight you. Everyone fights you when you're told to do, hey, try this way. No, I got it, whatever. Okay, I've been doing this. I haven't been in damn boots for, this whole time. But, seeing that rewarding aspect on their face, when I actually am able to make a breakthrough with them and they see it like, holy shit, that's how this goes? Oh, okay, that's actually a lot easier. All right, well, let's listen. Let's keep going. Next move, next class, next everything else. So.
Are you surprised at the amount training when you were breaking into the business must be 1,000 times different than what you're doing now? Is it different?
Well, when I broke in, I was actually trained by Luke Hawx and Elena Jordan. So we kind of got our asses kicked every practice. It's kind of like, hey, we're doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We'll do some stuff. Hey, Saturday practice just ended. I know y'all just, you did this, you did this. Hey, let me give you a power bomb. Hey, let me give you this. So it's like, It's just a bump. It's just a bump. Yeah, boom. Okay, all right. I can't move for like 10 minutes after. That was Orlando loved to do that. Like, would just pick us up and slam us. He knew we could take the bumps because we knew how to take bumps, but like it was just kind of like, all right, get up, next bump, get up, next bump, get up, next bump, and it's different, But that's kind of how training evolves and everything.
Right.
And we're kind of we have a strict regiment and everything, and when I was training, we were in a school with no AC, so those summers were brutal. Louisiana weather it could be 95 today, and it could be 61 tomorrow, and then in the course of the day, it'll shoot up to it, whatever it is. But we didn't have AC, and I'm actually guilty, and of my other coaches and stuff, and I'm telling the guys too, it's like, hey, y'all need a water break, tell me, because when we were training, we didn't get water breaks. We had to just keep going, then we'd have our water breaks after. So it's kind of funny, they look at me and be like, hey, give the guys water. I'm like, all right, go get water. I'm not going to be a prick to y'all, but it's just it's a lot different, but it's the same. We have the same regiment at school, since I started. But
what's the one thing that you would instill in someone that wants to get into the business, and maybe not a first timer, but someone that's been there for a little while? Like, what do you still try to get into their head? That's maybe the most important thing for them.
A lot of newer guys or younger guys and girls and everybody, and individuals in wrestling, even those, like you said, that have trained for a little bit, maybe have gone away, coming back into the sport and everything. It's not all about what you do in the ring with the big moves and running around and doing all this stuff and the crowd loving me and my ring gear. I like to instill in all our guys, and I'm big on that, is all those small movements, all those small interchange, those different from one move to the next, those transitions, how you plant yourself, how many steps you take in the ring. Everything means something in wrestling. It's not just, I'm going to go do a big move and the crowd loves me. Yay. I give two shits about that stuff. Like, I want everything I do, I make sure it's done for a reason. Especially in wrestling, you figure out how you should move and how you're breathing and everything. I'm a bigger guy. I don't move as fast because I know if I try to move fast, I'll be keeled over in the corner on my knees, sucking wind, and that ain't gonna make anyone look good. It's gonna make me look like shit. It's gonna make everyone else look shit. But my big thing is instilling all those small, how you hold, how you do a different hold, how your hands up, are you ready to go? Like, it's just those small things that I'm always looking for. How many steps you take, how many, all this stuff, your breathing, your noise, your reaction time, all that. I'm very big in all that. And I was drilled all that in my training with Luke and Orlando, and then, being trained and working with Steve Anthony, Stevie Richards, Bob Holly, when Billy Gunn came, all these guys, Bob Holly's another guy that I could call up and talk with him. He's a great guy. He came in instantly. We clicked on, he came in, it's like, oh, you're the guy that's training these guys? Yeah, come here. Starts talking my head off. Just going through all his stuff and, imparting knowledge. I'm big on always listening to what anyone has to say, because, if you're not learning, get out. There's no point to be here.
And I'm glad you brought up Bob Holly, because I was going to ask about him, and because he's such a polarizing guy. Like, you either love Bob Holly or you don't love Bob Holly. So
I mean, he'd probably kick my ass by saying he's a great guy, he's a nice guy. I'll probably come and kick my ass for saying that. But he's one of those guys that when he speaks to you about wrestling and he opens up, he really means it. Like, he's not just telling you, and then, like, he's only going to tell the ones that are listening and want to learn and actually retain the knowledge. He's not just going to keep repeating everything that goes on.
All right, so I have one more boring wrestling training question to ask, and then I'll turn it over to Matt and Tony here. Chemistry. As a trainer, how do you tell people to find chemistry, or does chemistry just happen on its own in a match? Can people force chemistry or not?
9 times out of 10, no. In training and all that, most of the time, we have students at all different levels in their training, and most of the time we'll stick those in line with one another, how they're doing the moves and everything like that. And sometimes the guys that are on the same level do not work great in the ring together. It's just, it's either you force it and hopefully it comes, or you just got to pair them with somebody else. And most of the time, and all those great feuds that we've had and everything with Wildcat, is the chemistry built over time too. And that can happen, but it takes a little bit more in the ring time. And once you spend more time in the ring and develop how your movements and everything is, that's when it comes. I'll tell you right now, in the course of training, not so much chemistry with the younger guys. You're trying not to laugh at it, but I was there at one point. I know how it is, but
it is what it is. It's just it's learning. It's constant learning and trying to develop it.
A lot of times a lot of the newer guys, they won't take, I'm here. You're not here. There's a level in which you got to train and what you will learn and stuff. You're just not just going to get shot straight to the moon and you're going to be put in this match. No. That happens 1 in a million with genetic freaks that don't come in that often. If they come in, they're already in WWE. They're already doing their shit over there.
Yeah.
We're on the line with the Outlaw, Matt Lancie, at Outlaw Lancie on Twitter, Outlaw_Lancie on Instagram. Give him some follows and check him out over there. Now, look, you're we've never met before. This is the first time we spoke. You seem like a real down-to-earth guy. You're well-spoken. I think we could have a drink together at a bar and have some chuckles, watch a game. How do you go from this to the Outlaw on June 25th at X-Rated against Shane Taylor?
That's I get that a lot with people, and a lot of close friends, family, even people have followed my career. A lot of people don't see me like this. I don't do many podcasts and stuff like that. It's not that I don't choose to. It's just a lot of times, a lot of people think I'm just this angry asshole walking around punching people in the face at no whim. I'm just walking around punching people in the store. I don't care. Fuck you. Like, excuse my language. I don't know if we can curse on this.
I'm all in.
I gotten that before. People are like, oh man, I thought you were gonna rip my head off. What the hell is that going to get me? It's I instill the same thing with the students. It's a switch. The second you walk out that curtain to the second you come back in that curtain, you need to be who you are. I mean, point in case, we talked to him before, but look at the Undertaker now. He's doing every podcast under the sun, talking this, talking that. But for many, many years, he was just what he is. And, back, it was easier back in the 90s. There wasn't internet and all that stuff, so you didn't have to worry too much about people posting stuff about you. But I tend, and when we go to the bar after shows and stuff like that, people will be hesitant to like walk up and be like, "Hey, Mr. Outlaw, here's a drink I got you. A hell of a match." And I'm just like, "Hey man, thanks for coming out." And they're like, "Oh shit, you're a cool man. I'm gonna come back and buy you a drink." It's just at the end of the day, you got to have that fan support. And I'm a big staple at Wildcat, and being that guy that people come and talk to after. During the show, they ain't gonna talk to me.
Right.
Afterwards, if I'm standing out there, they'll come talk to me. The kids will come up shaking. They want my autograph, but got to talk to the parents. Be like, "Hey, I ain't gonna bite your kid's head off. Buy a shirt though." But no.
Yeah. No.
Buy some merch. But it's all switch. It's all switch. A lot of our fans know that when I'm coming out to the ring, I'm gonna kick someone's ass.
When you approach Matt Lancie at a bar, what is the drink of choice?
You get me some whatever whiskey you want to get me. I'm a big whiskey guy. It was a big joke going on. We went out. We were in Chicago. We were actually doing a show for freelance, and I think it was myself, Jay Spade, Buku Dow, and Kurt Matthews, and we were out. It was actually my birthday at that point. Didn't need Facebook for it though. It was my birthday. Coming full circle back.
We're getting back to that, by the way.
I used to joke with the students, being like, "Hey, if y'all want to be nice to me and get me a gift, y'all should get me some Johnny Walker Blue Label." None of the students know how much that shit is. They're gonna go to Walmart and all stuff, right? So we go to the bar. I forgot what bar we're at, and Spade gets me a Johnny Walker Blue, hands it to me. It's in a cup. It's sip on it.
That's like a $500 sip.
It's like a $40 or $50 drink in itself, but the bottle itself is expensive. Yeah, and we're drinking, and then Buku Dow comes up, hands me a shot, and goes, "Hey man, take the shot." I shoot it, and I'm like, "What the hell was that?" He's like, "Oh, I bought you the same thing Spade bought you." I said, "You bought me a shot of Johnny Walker Blue Label?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You didn't think a $50 shot was out of the norm?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "All right." So I shot that back, and I was like, "All right, I need a minute because
yeah,
I want to sip on that. You don't want to be shooting that back."
If you're gonna shoot Johnny Walker, give me a red or a black. Like
you don't want to shoot the blue, but
the
I was
blue.
like, "Holy shit!"
Like
but,
I'm an Irish whiskey guy. I do like the bourbon whiskey. I like the old Jameson, if you will, or the Tullamore Dew. So I'm
loving Tony's face in that when you put that.
Yeah, when he saw it. I tried to hide it as much as I can, but it's a holiday weekend, so
he loves showing off. Just like wishing his friends happy birthday on Facebook. He's happy to show his bottle on
how
camera.
am I showing off holding this?
Really? Hold it up again.
Bragging.
Well, they
this is actually embarrassing.
Y'all getting sponsors right here from this?
No, we tried. We've tried to get sponsors out of alcohol companies or beer companies before. Hasn't worked out. They sent us like koozies and trinkets.
Yeah, Twisted Tea sent us a keychain and a koozie. They're like, "Thanks for the support."
Yeah.
A big support there.
That's awesome, though. But I can't believe a shot of Johnny Blue.
Yeah, he's a bright fella. I love him. He's a bright fella.
Incredible.
Fuck, I had a thought, but now it's gone.
And I ruined it with the whole booze talk.
I forget what I was gonna ask.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Back to X-rated. 21 and over. Is it because it's in like a bar or they're like some boobies?
Well, I mean, you got to come to find out. I can't tell everybody everything.
If
but
there's boobies, that'll be pretty easy.
Enough.
Well, we did X-rated. We used to do it at one bar. It started as just we wanted to do a 21 and up show just to kind of, we're big like the ECW feel, the big bar fights and all that stuff. And we did it 1 year. I think for the first year I was actually injured for, so I got to watch it. Might have been a little drunk for it. Got to watch it live, and then kind of snowballed into it became an event every year that people just got, when's X-rated? We need to buy tickets for X-rated. We need to do all this. We'll get the people that are a little upset because we're not doing a family show or anything like that. Not everyone can come, but we still got droves and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that come out to these 21 and up shows because they just want to get rowdy and see whatever the hell we have planned, whatever happens, whatever it's going to be. We fight in the crowd. Actually, I did a bar fight with Danny Flamingo that was threatened with my wrestling license because of that match. Because we went around all the bar, went behind the bar, broke a bunch of glasses. I threw his head into a punching bag machine. I bowled on the lane with his, bowling ball straight to his balls. Kind of used every aspect of the bar, and the owners and the commission was not very happy with me. Yeah, got a little slap on the wrist for that one. But it's just 21 and up. That's just what it is. X-rated. It's probably one of the funnest shows we do all year, just because everyone gets to kind of let loose and just come out and do whatever the hell they want, under the law, under the rules of everything going on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's one hell of a show. We're gonna have more match announcements. I think what we might end up doing, just for a treat for everyone listening, and as well as your podcast, I think for the next. I know you have Luke Hawks next week. You got Ryan Davis and Trevor Murdoch. You got Jay Spade. I think we're going to release a match on this podcast for y'all. Give y'all something. Give y'all listeners something. We're going to release it live on the podcast, and then we're going to put it up on our social media right after it's over. Give y'all something for having us on. Give the fans a little something as well.
Yeah. Well, we've always been big fans of Wildcat, big supporters, and the support has always been mutual. So it's
where's that at? Backwards.
That's what it's all about, man. It's really what it's all about, is the mutual support. And Luke, I can't wait to see him again soon at some point. So
next week.
Yeah, but I met in person. Jerk.
I didn't say anything.
Show us the Jameson again.
Wait, who said? I didn't touch it tonight.
You held it up twice. What do you mean you didn't touch it?
No, but I didn't drink any
That's
of
the
it
third
tonight.
time.
What is that, Jameson?
Yeah, a little bit.
Y'all about to get a cease and desist real quick.
Oh,
From who?
brother.
No, Jameson.
From Lameson? We're talking about the character from WWF.
Jameson, the manager.
90s, Jameson.
The manager.
Oh, God. What an awful pull that is.
Shut the fuck up, Tony. There's some trouble.
Matt,
I didn't do anything.
Matt, do you have a question for Max? I got one.
Oh, boy.
Like, is Matt Lancie going to ask me a question, or am I going to ask him a question?
Well, that would be great, but I don't think anyone
No,
cares about
if
what
you
you
have
have
a
to say.
question
So-
What questions y'all got?
Real quick, just because like we're getting to know you, just like our audience is getting to know you, so we want to like dive deep every now and then in terms of what made people wrestling fans. So like, I'm not gonna ask you what your first match was. I'm not gonna ask you what this was, but like what like was the trigger that made you a professional wrestling fan, or were you?
That's a funny story on that. It's the kind of the same old story, watching as a young kid with my dad and various people. I actually grew up in a house full of women. I had 2 sisters and a mom. My dad worked out of town throughout the week, came home on the weekends. So whenever I could watch it is when he was home. I always get yelled at, or they would take over the TV, and I was the youngest, so I didn't get to throw my weight around, because of that, and if I did, I got in trouble, but he come home, I get to watch it with him and everything. And oddly enough, when Wildcat actually started, I started in a tag team with Jack Ford called Rough and Ready. Old tribute to the WCW days.
Rough, Dirty Dick Slater and Mean Mike Enos.
Yeah, Rough and Ready. But I was rough, he was ready. But he was approached in the gym by Luke in Orlando to come to the school. He had an athletic build and all that. And we were good friends at the time, and he, still good friends now. He's moved on and done stuff, family, career, and everything. I'm still the one being dumb, getting hit in wrestling. But he was like, "Hey, man, they're doing this thing. We come in as a tag team. It could be whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, So I kind of just was like, "All right, I did sports in college and high school and college and everything." And I actually, you talk to all the other past trainees and students and even Luke and stuff. It's like I wasn't coming there I want to be a professional wrestler. I came in there in support of one of my good friends. And oddly enough, after the first year, he left due to he wanted to pursue school and a family. He was about to have a little boy, and I stayed. It was the flip switch where he was on his way out, I was the way in, and after about 10 months, I went up to Orlando, and Luke was like, "Hey, how am I doing in this shit? How am I, what's going on?" They're like, "Dude, it's like night and day with you with how you're doing." Because it took me a minute to learn all the stuff, the moves and the movement, but ring psychology and kind of the mental part always came really easy for me, which is very hard to say for most guys. A lot of stuff is, I tell all students this, I can teach you how to do any move in professional wrestling. I'll teach you anything. The psychology part, I can teach you psychology, but it's really, you got to meet me there, because you got to have a mind for this. I can't be in your head when you're in that ring and all that stuff. So kind of got into training and first year of wrestling because of one of my close friends, Jack, and I'm the one still here. Me and Hardbody Harper, the last of the dying breed of that first class. He'll tell you, Harper's a funny ass dude, and he still to this day impersonates all the guys we were in that class with, and just be like, "Hey, where are they at?" Just like, you know what the hell they are. He's a dumbass, but I love him. He's my dad. He's my wrestling dad. He's my manager. He's my dad. I call him Daddy Dad. But he'd kill me because I think he's only like 7 years older than me.
So
Wow.
Tony's like 40 years older than us. So
Yeah. Call him B, whatever. So, Matt, let me ask you, you have any questions for us?
oh, this is new.
Yes.
Oh, I'm asking y'all.
Well, if Kevin threw
Why
it out
take-
there, I figured it might be fun.
Why it takes so long to have me on? No, I'm just joking. No, I mean, like I don't really have many questions. I appreciate y'all having me on the show. I reached out and everything. I say, hey, screw it. I'll start off the Wildcat men coming on and all that stuff, and I'll be the first one to kick it off because, like I said, I don't do many podcasts or many one-on-ones and stuff like this, and gets the fans to understand a little bit about me and how I am versus how they see me in the ring, where I'm just pure rage.
Yeah,
that's the simplest way to say it.
And in a world now in 2022 where everyone has a wrestling podcast, if we can get your name out there to our audience, that means a lot to us, and I hope that means a lot to you. I hope that means a lot.
I appreciate that.
To Wildcat, because like people still do, like everyone has a podcast, right? Like, you know that. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we're still alive, 11 years kicking, and we can have you on to introduce you to maybe people that have never heard of you before or don't know exactly your story means the world to us, and that's something that we like to do here on this show. So any questions?
I didn't know I was going to be having some questions. I would wrote some down coming in.
It's all good. That would have been a great way to close the show, but I'm an idiot. So
just a list.
What do you got,
well, Matt, let me ask you this. I know before we started the show today, you had your to-do list for the show. Do you have the question on for Mr. Lansey tonight?
Do you want me to ask him when was the last time he shit his pants?
Yes.
In wrestling or in general?
Oh, in general, for sure.
In general, probably don't remember. I can safely and confidently say that I've never shit myself in wrestling, as that is more common than a lot of people are aware of. But maybe shit my pants. 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the fact that you have to think about it is a good thing. Sadly,
it's not. I'm not up there yet where I'm constantly being like, oh, gotta run.
It's not constantly, but 2 of the 3 wizards here have run into some roadblocks, we'll say.
Yeah. No, that's the problem. There are no roadblocks. I've reset my clock about 4 times already this year.
I shit my pants last time, literally inches from the toilet bowl. Literally inches. It was, and that was after going on this show.
Doing on yourself.
And that was after going on the show and bragging about that it hadn't happened in such a long time. I jinxed myself.
Well, didn't one of y'all have to go to the bathroom beforehand? Was that a false alarm as well?
I think Kevin had to pee.
Oh no, yeah, Kevin had to pee before.
I don't know if he was here for your fudgy shit story.
I did not hear the fudgy shit story.
Well, I texted you guys. I'm like, I'm going to be a few minutes late.
No, I was there for that.
This is and Matt Lancie never did a podcast again.
Yeah, we ruined him for.
I'm out.
Peace.
Matt, it's been an absolute pleasure. At Outlaw Lansey on Twitter, Outlaw_Lansey on Instagram. June 25th, Southport Hall, 200 Monticello Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana. Sold out. But Wildkat Sports has released 50 walk-up tickets. They're available at the door. First come, first serve. Doors open at 6, bells at 7:30. Tickets are $25. You can get more info at wildkatsports.com. So fucking look. Go get some crayfish, crawfish, whatever the fuck you all call them.
Crawfish, not crayfish.
Get in line at like noon. Get a couple tall boys, bring your fucking cooler, and just camp out in front of Southport Hall. Shoot
some Johnny Walker Blue. Why don't you?
Fuck yeah, why not?
Hey, if anyone reaches out who's listening, and you bring in Johnny Walker Blue to there, I you best damn believe I'll sit out there with you before the show. May not make the show, but I will be out there with you.
You might not see me wrestle, but I will be there with you.
That might be the first time I shit myself in the ring.
Nice. Let's do it. X-rated. Look, I don't. If you're in the Louisiana area, New Orleans, Matt Lancie just announced him and Shane Taylor, and he said every week there's going to be an announcement on the show. Luke Hawks is next week, Ryan Davidson and Trevor Murdoch the week after, Jay Spade on the 20th. If this is where we're starting, Matt Lancie and Shane Taylor, it's only going to get better.
That's pretty.
That's a hell of an opener right there.
I don't know how you go
above.
Yeah.
We love Shane Taylor.
Well, you're going to love me kicking his ass.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway, let's segue into, we have this show coming up June 25th, but as well as we have it right back to back, we're doing a July 30th show. It's going to be open to all ages. It's going to be our first family-friendly show back since, the last show in July. It's actually 1 year later, but those tickets are going to go on sale say within the next couple weeks. So
Love
everyone
it.
can be looking out for that. You know, we're gonna pack that house out too. There's gonna be no limit on those ones. You know, there's a limit on this show. There ain't gonna be no limits on that.
Nice.
We're just gonna pack as many people as we can in that building.
Awesome.
Well, we're
Awesome.
excited for it, and we can't wait to. I can't wait to see this now. Matt Lancie and Shane Taylor. I mean, you just give me what do they call it? Not an hors d'oeuvre. What's a fancy word for
Hors
an
d'oeuvres? Hors d'oeuvre?
Hors d'oeuvres?
I want to say La Bouche, but that's a band from the 90s.
Creme fraiche?
No,
You're gonna be his lover? What are you? What's wrong with you?
Oh. An appetizer?
Not La Bouche. It's
The douche?
we're not fancy people here. No, not La Douche.
I'm in a
we're
basement.
we're just gonna leave it. I'm giving y'all a little taste,
Yeah.
little peek at what we got in store.
It's
like a soupçon of what's to come. I like that. That's the
a
word you're looking for.
Susan. Look
There
at
you go.
what is it? Susan.
Soupçon. Yeah.
This has
Google
been a
it.
Susan.
Fuck yeah. No,
is
this
a-
has been amazing.
This is a great time, man.
This is more than a taste. This was a fucking full 3-course meal right here with Matt Lancie. This was awesome.
Yes.
How Matt, since you never do podcast, how did Luke sell you on this? Was he like, you guys better do this to promote this fucking show? Or was it just the DM that he-
Or was it like,
I mean-
these are good guys? Like, we know
you're
them.
gonna hang up and like this is on the internet forever, dude.
Oh well.
I mean, it was great. We had a great time, but I don't know, like
I'm enjoying myself. It's not that I don't do so many of these. It's just, I guess it's more of I've probably only done a handful of these podcasts. You know, he reached out to me. He's like, hey, you know, I want you to have on with these guys and stuff. I was like, let's do it. I don't care. You know, there was a point where maybe early in my career, I didn't want to do so many just because I tried to protect whatever character or whatever I had going on. But at the same time, it's like, I don't care because I can back up what's going on now. I could back it up in the ring. So I don't give a shit anymore.
Fuck yeah. I
'cause
love it.
No one's gonna come up to me and be like, "Oh, you sound like an asshole." I don't fucking care. Step in the ring with me and see what happens.
Fuck yeah.
But
This was a blast,
no, yeah.
man.
Nah,
Matt,
this was a great time.
it's been an
Awesome.
absolute
Good to
pleasure.
hear.
When you're ready, like you know, anytime you want to come back on, you just
we could-
slide into the. We don't even have to talk about wrestling.
Yeah, we can talk about anything.
What
We
we
do like
talk
a bonus episode or something like that.
We
We could
could-
talk about
This is what we'll do.
whiskey.
We'll send you. We'll send you a bottle of
whiskey
Johnny
board.
Walker Blue. Right. We'll send you some Johnny Walker Blue. Then we'll go in studio. And we'll get a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, and the four of us will just drink Johnny Walker Blue and record it, and see if it's even audible.
Until we pass out.
Yeah, that'd be like a 10-minute podcast.
Oh, we got to do like 4 or 5 just shots right away.
Oh, we can't shoot it.
No.
Buku Dow? No. Buku Dow.
More like blue
No,
now.
Well, I'll give you one more story and then we'll get off. There was a funny little story we did in 2017. What year was WrestleMania Orlando? 17? I think so.
Yes.
I think so. We all, a bunch of us got booked. We went out to Orlando. We actually had a few matches on the Thursday, Friday, and then we actually had the weekend to, do some dumb things. So we went to this one bar, and there's probably about 7 of us, and we kind of did the game of, hey, everyone's going to do a round. You pick what we want to drink.
Oh, that's
So,
a dangerous game.
Well, there's also right after when everything, in 2017 when they had the Orlando shootings in the club and everything, there was kind of cops at every door. Right. And one of our camera guys had to go up to the cop and just say, hey, look, we're from New Orleans. We get a little rowdy. Just tell us to leave. We're going to get a little loud. We're not trying to cause any problems. So he's like, all right, yeah, no problem. So we go down, the bartenders, hey, what y'all want? Someone said lemon drop. I was like, whatever. Do a lemon drop. We just kind of shoot it and go. And we're like, all right, let's go next. And the bartender just kind of looking at us like, yep, y'all okay? We're like, no, this is how we drink in New Orleans. So then we're looking at the list, and it was my turn to pick, and I'm looking at them, and there was the 4 wise men shot.
4 wise men?
Well, we dubbed it the 4 horsemen shot the rest of the night, but it's, Johnny, Jack, Jose, and I can't remember the other one, but whatever it is, the 4.
That's why I think it's the 3 Why? I think it's only Johnny.
There was
Jack.
there was four in it. I don't know. Can't remember what it
Oh,
was.
Jim.
But
It wouldn't be Jim
Jim.
Beam though, would it? Jim.
I think so. Whatever it was, but we had one.
Jose's like the Paul Roma of the group, huh?
No, that'd be Jim Beam. If you're doing Jim and Jack, Jim is the Paul Roma.
So we did the one, and we didn't move from that the rest of the night.
Wait, so you said 2017?
Yeah.
That was Russell. I missed the beginning of the story. I'm sorry. Was it?
We went out there we were out there for WrestleCon and WrestleMania weekend.
I was there
and,
for that.
We didn't get off that shot the rest of the night. It started at 6 p.m. A lot of the guys didn't make it through. One of our guys kind of came at me and was like, "What the fuck? When Luke's not here, we listen to Matt, and Matt's making us do some dumbass shit. Get more drinks." And we just started going. I remember us going to, we were, I think 2 hours late for the WrestleCon the next morning. We had none of our stuff. We had to go find our tables because people took our tables because we weren't there. It was kind of a funny interaction we had with Brian Cage and his wife. She kind of called us all out for being hungover beyond belief. Everyone's just, we just looked like corpse.
I was there that entire week. Everyone was drunk all the time.
And there was 110 shows that weekend.
Yeah.
That fucking weekend was 110 shows, and there was probably only 5 people at some of these shows.
Yeah.
They were just going crazy on the shit. But yeah, don't ever take that shot, please. Me and 7 other guys, please don't ever. If you see that on a menu or don't do that. Don't do it to yourself, please.
No problem.
And I think we played virtual reality after taking all those shots. And I believe when I woke up, I thought about it. I was like, how the fuck did they let us do this? And I'm reading over the consent because we're signing shit and putting our emails in. Read over and said if we broke something, it was a $15,000 charge just onto the card or whatever to bill to us if we broke anything. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, for the love of God, I did not break something. Please. Didn't get a bill. So
that's awesome.
Holy shit.
I would love to know the name of that bar because I'm pretty sure I was there, but that's awesome.
I can't remember the names.
Yeah.
That was a blur, but yeah, that was a little fun time. So
good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, Matt, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. We look forward to the 25th X-Rated at Outlaw Lansey on Twitter, Outlaw_Lansey on Instagram, WildkatSports.com, and cat is spelled with a K, WildkatSports.com. You can get tickets info. If you can't make the 21 and over show, Matt, to tell us July, they're going to do a family friendly.
July 30th.
So keep an eye on
details to come.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Matt, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. Anytime you want to come back on and shoot the shit, you're more than welcome. This was a
100%.
blast.
No problem.
Thanks,
great
Matt.
time. Thank you all.
Thank you, Matt. Have a great night.
Peace, brother.
You too.
Take care, man.
All
See y'all.
Matt Lancie, the Outlaw.
Dude,
What an awesome time that was.
So awesome, dude. Like, especially when you get to meet somebody that you've never met. Like, to me, this wasn't really a wrestling shot. It was just like, hey, you're a cool guy. Let's talk.
Kevin, you're a cool guy. I like talking to you each and every week.
Tony, you're a tremendous individual, despite what Matt says about you.
Tremendous. What did I do to deserve that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I did. Probably.
What?
I deserve that.
It wasn't for you. It was for me.
Oh.
I said because I said despite what Matt said. That was like a joke. Like, I like you despite what so and so says about you when so and so doesn't say anything bad about you.
Oh. Well,
you know what I mean? That's the point of the joke. Like, I don't care what he says about you. I like you.
Do you guys say bad things about me? Is this something? Now I feel hurt.
No, Tony, we'd say that you hate guests. That's the extent of it.
That's not it, but that's the truth.
Well, Kate said, "Fuck all y'all." She doesn't like any of us. So there you go.
Well, she has very astute observations.
Oh, why would you put this up? Tony does not hate guests.
Tony hates guests. Tony, that's the only shit that we talk about you is that you hate guests.
That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous.
Why we talk? I don't talk.
I talk so much shit about Tony.
You know what I notice every week? This is weird. See my face, a little bit of color. Watch how pale my hands are compared to my face. Isn't this the weirdest fucking thing? Like, look at this.
Well,
like every time I put my hands by my face, it looks like it's somebody else's hand because my face is so much darker.
Tony,
so
if you would have sat for 11 years with like that, I would have never ever noticed it.
But it's like it weirds me out. It's like, why are my hands so pale? Like, it's so weird.
It's the lighting.
Yeah, I need that white girl light. I have it upstairs. I haven't set.
Yeah, how come you didn't use it, bro?
Yeah,
bro. I don't know.
Broman Reigns.
I wish I had another one in the chamber.
We got and Matt mentioned it. A huge month. Luke Hawks next week. Ryan Davidson and Booger Eater on the 13th. Jay Spade on the 20th. I'm sorry.
I said I can't wait for Trevor Murdoch. Not to disrespect the guys, but Trevor Murdoch's a guy who I've watched since he debuted in WWE. So that's
I'm so excited to talk to him. This new attitude he has in the NWA, it's almost completely vanquished the thought of him eating his own boogers.
Yeah,
from my mind.
I don't like it.
So I'm excited for that. Then June 27th, Bryce Donovan of the Shook Crew, he's joining us. So
that's right. Creator
June
Pro
is
champion.
shaping up to be a hell of
Sean
fun.
Donovan's little brother.
No.
All right. True or false?
False.
This will be a good one.
Who you asking?
Both of you. Sean Donovan once had a show on the Shining Wizards Network.
True.
Kevin?
Don't know.
Matt, bonus points if you remember the name of it.
Oh, gripping with what? A touch of wrestling. A drink of wrestling.
It was a drink with Gino, but you're on the right track.
Dipsy's was it was a drink with Gino. A veteran.
It was something like a genuine taste of wrestling.
Yes, a genuine. Yes, that's right there. That's all I'll get to is a genuine.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it had a bottle of wine for the logo. I remember that much.
That's what I thought. That's what I went with a drink with Gino. It was definitely a bottle of wine.
Yes,
it was yeah.
But good call for somebody who doesn't listen to the Shining Wizards Network. Matt remembers a lot. I like it.
Yeah,
I like to think I remember a lot.
Well, there you go. You're a smart guy.
I have a long-term memory, no short-term memory.
Matt's a smart fella, and Kevin's a fart smeller.
That's right.
Well,
I didn't shower today, which is really making me uncomfortable.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Why would you tell us that?
Yeah, really.
It's one day. I shower every day. I shower twice.
Why would you tell? We're just gonna make stinky jokes now. Why would you tell?
Yeah,
you the worst people to tell that to.
I don't stink though.
Yes, you do.
You opened the wrong fucking box today, Kev.
Relax.
It didn't have a bar of soap in it either.
You did this to yourself. Maybe your dad's computer smelled you, and that's why.
Well, you know what? You know what's funny, guys?
Back after this?
No, after the short-term memory, I did shower today, and I just don't remember showering.
Wow.
It was literally a 10-minute shower, like a in and out shower, just to get refreshed.
Wait, a 10-minute shower is an in and out shower for you?
Yeah, I'm a good half-hour guy.
You what?
Oh, my son does that shit. He's in there for a half an hour.
What are you doing? Jerking off in the shower?
No,
half an hour.
Nope, not even doing that.
Half an hour.
What the fuck do you do for, dude? 30 minutes. What do you do for 30 minutes?
Yeah, that's a long time, dude.
I think that's where I do my best thinking.
In the shower, not on the shitter.
Not on the can?
Nope, in the shower.
Wow.
It's refreshing. It's warm.
Matt, how long is your shower?
I don't know. What's a Cinderella song? 4 minutes, 30 seconds?
Yeah, 6 minutes. I'm in and out, and I get everything.
Probably give or take
everything.
So it depends. If I have my I got the Sasquatch soap.
How is that any good?
The pine tar. I love the pine tar.
Pine tar. The shit they put on baseball bats and balls. So they
asshole. The smell is pine tar. It's fantastic. I love it. I jump in there, shower, soap myself, get all soapy. Listen to some music, sing along. Then I hit the Head and Shoulders pump. Boom. scrub. I get it in my beard, and then we rinse, and then I got to take one of them drain catchers that catches all like the fuzzies and shit, and then I take that and the hair out, and then I'm done. And the shower's done.
There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'd say 6-7 minutes. If
Yeah,
I've
it's
had
usually-
a long day, I'll spend like another 2 in there.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm like in the morning I take 2 showers a day. So if I'm going to work in the morning, that's not a half-hour shower. That's the 6 and 7 minute.
You take a half-hour shower every day.
Just about every day, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
It's where I reflect. It's where I think. And I don't do the other thing, so don't even bring that back up again.
You don't bring your wrestling figures in there and have like fucking shower
does
matches.
he ever?
Do you?
Oh, he
No.
fucking puts all his cards.
I don't. Worst case scenario, that's where, believe it or not, on a Monday, that's literally where I'll go to like the wrestling dirt sheets on my phone.
In the shower?
You take your phone in the shower?
Oh yeah.
Wait, so you're reading your phone
What
while you're
is wrong
showering?
with you?
And you have like an iPhone 4. That shit's not even near waterproof.
I got nothing to lose.
Why are you what are you gonna fucking miss in this? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Absolutely nothing.
You take your fucking phone in the shower? That's insanity.
No, it's not if you know what you're doing.
No. It is.
You protect it.
You're
How?
No, Kevin, you're supposed to be in there taking a shower and unwinding. Being on fucking Facebook and social media is not unwinding.
Did I say Facebook or social media?
What are
Right,
you
wait,
doing
so
with your
what-
phone
yeah.
in the shower?
Did
You're
I
jerking
not
off in the
just
shower,
say doing research for the podcast? Did I not
Ain't
just
that
say
shit
that?
doing fucking research in the shower? This is insanity.
Not to mention what you're doing for the environment. The True Prince of Pro brings up. You're wasting water.
All right, so that's a good point. that's like the thing that I worry about the most. But
You're so worried. You take
No,
a
no.
half-hour shower every day.
I think about it every so often. I don't think about it every day to the point where it becomes like, oh, you got to stop doing this.
All right.
This
Now let me
is
ask
where
you
I
guys a
do my
question.
Show prep in the
We-
shower.
We
This is
mentioned
sad.
mentioned Kevin sitting down to piss
not
last
all of
week.
the show prep, man. I don't watch pay-per-views in the shower.
Oh, God forbid.
Could have fooled me. You bring your phone in the shower. This is all new to me.
This is great stuff.
Pissing in the shower, yay or nay?
Nay.
Yes.
All right, so can we go to Matt now, please?
Listen, if the drain is somewhat clogged and the water's sitting there, no. But if the drain is moving
No.
smooth, fine. Yes, 100%.
All right, I'm with you guys there.
I'm
with
not
you guys
standing
there.
and piss.
No, yeah, and I make sure if I do, I make sure the faucet or the flow, whatever it is so far like up that the water will take longer to get to the actual drain. You know what I mean? Like so. It's not
to
like,
make sure nothing.
to
sits
make
in
sure
the tub.
nothing like yeah.
I
so
got
like,
you. I got
so
you.
it gets so like there's no water actually touching me, and I just dive right in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but he was right about the wasting water point, which makes me nervous. But
Makes you nervous. The fucking water police aren't going to show up at your house. The water bill will, but not the water police.
yeah, well, that's the point. That's what I meant. The water.
Stop
I didn't know
taking
the word
notes on
water police.
The
Matt.
water police.
Matt, where the water? What jurisdiction do the water police?
I have no. You're the one that's fucking nervous about it. You fucking.
I meant
prick.
nervous about the environment, not nervous about the water
water bill?
police.
The water police. Whoop whoop. That's the water police.
You're clearly not nervous enough though. If you're still taking half-an-hour showers
Well, I didn't today.
yet,
I won't. No, I'm
you'll
done.
take a third shower.
You got to start for.
I only took one today.
You got
I
to start
do a
your
lot of
You
research.
just said you took 2 showers every day, but now
Yes, today was different. My dad was coming back from the airport. I didn't have time to take a second shower. I cleaned the house.
you
I
didn't
did some
want to
stuff.
smell nice for him.
Well, I did shower, but it was the shorter version.
Oh, what's a short shower for you? I hope
Today-
it's like the extreme. I hope it's the extreme of the regular shower. Regular shower, short 30 minutes. Short shower, 90 seconds.
I took the shower at around 6:15, so I can get down here at around 6:30. So 10 minutes.
Okay, I mean that's fair. 10-minute shower, I would think, is about the average. No,
That's 10 minutes is
that's
good.
perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, but I usually like to shower like during the night before work, and then like the pre-work shower is just to wake myself up. So like the shower the night before is to cleanse, and then a shower before work is to, cleanse as well, but just refresh and wake up.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, but the wasting the water part is something I got to think about.
Think long and hard about it during this
I will.
commercial break, Kevin.
There you go. Cooks.
I mean, Shining Wizards Network. Go check it
I was
out.
throwing it to Kevin to do his thing.
Oh, back to this? Are we playing the commercials?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
We're not playing the fucking commercials. No, man, but one of us can talk about this goofy network that we have.
There's nothing to talk about. Go check out the network. There's great shows. There you go.
Back after this.
Patreon. Yeah. Patreon.
We should still do that, by the way.
Wait, can I go get a drink then?
Yeah, can I go?
Go drink. I'll just talk about what.
Can I go take a shower?
No.
We don't have a half an hour, Kevin.
Oh,
we can't
sorry.
do without a half an hour.
Dude,
Tony, do you want me to do the Patreons first?
What do you mean first? Like,
do you have the Patreon list? I can go get a drink? Or?
No, I don't have the Patreon.
I got the list. Let me do the list first. Then I'll go get a little drink.
All right, then I'll get a drink. Then, all right, so you do the list. Happy birthday,
I'm
Mark.
go full, boom, solo layout. You boys can go get your drinks and
I can
take your phones in the shower and do whatever weird shit you guys are doing during the Patreon read. Kevin's still here. I can see him. You can't, but I can.
I mean, I can still talk to you if you want.
I didn't know if you needed to get a drink or go pee or something because it's a break time.
It is break time, but I want you to have a break too.
I'll get a break after the Patreon read, sir.
Giddy up.
Before we dive into All Elite Wrestling, Double or Nothing, and Down the Aisle, and Impact, and NWA, and whatever other craziness we want to talk about. But if you're listening to this, you're watching this, you're enjoying this, and you want to support the podcast, and you got a couple extra dollars, $1 a month. $1. If you do the math, it's like, I don't know, 3 cents a day, 3.5 cents a day. I don't know. I'm not good at math. But $1 a month, you can support the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. That dollar gets you mentioned every week on this show. So you're going to get mentioned next week when we have Luke Hawks on. In 2 weeks, former NWA World Champion Trevor Murdoch and Ryan Davidson will be on the show. We're going to mention your name in the same show as them. And so forth and so on. $3 a month. Get you bonus content. We put out some bonus content monthly, watch-alongs, crossword puzzles, all sorts of good things there. And then $5 a month, we'll plug your social media, your website, anything that you'd like us to. That is, of course, within reason. And then $10 a month and above, we are reorganizing our Patreon perks for the 10 and above. And those perks may include you being able to sit in with a guest and ask a couple questions, pick a Wizards Rewind, be a Can You Beat That competitor. Maybe you'll even get to talk to the committee. Who knows? But at this time, we want to thank those that support us over at our Patreon. Kathy Hummer, the queen of the Shining Wizards. Mr. Manny Crazzo, the king of the Shining Wizards. Danny Rusinello at Not Danny Russ on the Twitter machine. Anthony Rusinello, fellow Mark Order podcast member. Sean Toe and Sean Calejo. No relationship. They're just listed together on the list. Kate Hensler at Miss Kate Fabe. She is crushing it over there at Fightful. She's doing Sour Graps every Tuesday night. She's doing Mark Order podcast every Wednesday night. She's doing the SmackDown Rampage Fightful post show every Friday night. And then you never know. I think she popped up with Alex from Sour Graps last night and did an AEW Double or Nothing post show. So follow Kate at Miss Kate Fabe. And don't be a jerk. Don't talk shit to her. Don't send her nasty DMs. Be a better person. Let the girl live. Matt Garifo, no relationship to the K. J. G. Maddie Mellinger. Christine Friesendorf. Mark Parloni.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Kenny Hossey, the Scotch Drinkmore. Jay Kopp, Big Cup of Pump in the house. The only thing worth listening to on the Turnbuckle Throwbacks podcast. Thomas Cops, the Mott Spock at High Five Tom. He's doing Marking Out, the ROH Revelry podcast. Plus, he's doing all sorts of other crazy podcasts. He did something with Kevin. I know he wants to do something with Tony and myself. So check it out. It was a great interview, the Kevin one. So definitely go find that. Michael Hammond, Matthew Birch, the True Prince of Pro. Be sure to follow him on Twitter at True Prince of Pro. He is like he's like our stat guy, our statistician. He's been with us for a very long time. Braden Bergen at Berg Xer0. He's the LeBron James of Mattel Elite figure collecting. Brendan Haney, Kerry Cowling at the Kerry Crush on the Twitter machine. Ryan Schlong at Mark Order Pod. Asian Joe. David Henry Bauer III, his pal Antonio Horseman, makes experimental music at Harvestman Records 856.bandcamp.com/music. Mike Peterson at LOL Mike Peterson on the Twitter machine. Mr. Rob Humphrey. I Dunk Biscuits. Our friends over there in England, or our friend. I like to think he's more than one person. I like friend. The Daily Smark, dailysmark.com, at the Daily Smark on the Twitter machine. They help you find the latest wrestling news along with up-to-the-minute daily podcasts. Don't forget, we deliver YouTube videos to keep you in the loop. And that's where you want to be, in the loop, people. Roll.
Fuck yeah, roll.
And last but certainly not least, Mr. William Mercier Jr.
Lives are gonna be in William Mercier's hands. You know what I mean?
Kevin, I know what you mean.
Oh, baby.
All right, I'm going to get a quick drink, and then we'll jump into all the wrestling stuff for the week, fellers.
Well, that's what we do, baby, right?
All right, I'll be right back.
We drink and talk wrestling. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it.
Bye, Matt.
Matt has left the show. He's going to take a half-hour shower, and he will be back in 30 minutes.
Kev, can I tell you what I did today?
Can you tell me what you're doing right now?
Well, this goes on to what I did today. So we had some burgers that I threw in the Ninja Fryer, and my son was like, "It's our last day home. I'm kind of in the mood for some pizza." So I told him, I said, "Nah, we got burgers. Let's make burgers." But unbeknownst to him, I ordered Domino's, and I got us a pan pizza with some nuggers. And just as the burgers were coming off the grill, the Ninja Grill, the indoor one, which is cool, by the way, put them on the plate, put them on the buns, and ding dong, pizza's here. So I got a little leftover pizza.
Wait. So you ordered the Domino's after you confirmed that you were making burgers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So your son ate burgers and pizza.
Well, he had the burger and a slice of pizza. And then for dinner, a couple hours later, he ate more pizza. So it was like a 2-meal deal.
All right. I mean, I can't argue with the logic, I guess, in terms of the fact that I thought this was all at one time. I thought that the burgers and the pizza were happening at the same time.
Well, it did. But like when it arrived, he only had one slice of the pizza just to give it a go. But then we saved the pizza for later.
What kind of Domino's is that?
This is hand-tossed pan pizza.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a layer of crust that extends further than the actual pizza itself.
No. If you look at it, it's got like the cheesy kind of like stuff on the end.
Listen, I'm not gonna hate on Domino's. I love Domino's. I love Pizza Hut. I love Papa John's. I love all the crappy pizza that's out there.
There's nothing wrong with the crappy pizza.
No, but you just have to be in the mood for the crappy pizza because you know what you're getting with the crappy pizza.
And if you're traveling around this world and you see a McDonald's or a Domino's at some city that you've never been in before, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Delve into the local culture and local cuisine a little bit. Matt, if Matt's going to Baton Rouge or New Orleans, he's not going down to have a crayfish that you can get out of the Passaic River. He's going for some of them crawfish. He's going for some of them clam bakes. He's going for all that good shit. He's not going to Domino's down and fuck no.
He's surfing turfing it.
When you go on these adventures, these food adventures, these excursions,
po' boys,
just check out diners, drive-ins, and dives. They have.
I live by that show.
They have a thing where you could like see if you're near any of the things, and you can go check it out.
The only thing I'm worried about is whether or not it'll be too busy for me to eat on the schedule that I'm on. You know what I mean?
Well, there's only one way to find out, Kev. You just go.
It's a great point. But when I go out, I usually just end up Uber eating. Like when I go away, like I just end up Uber eating from the hotel because I don't trust anything.
But what do you order? Domino's,
McDonald's,
Taco Bell, McDonald's. I got Taco Bell the other day, and I forgot to include the hot sauces. The worst experience of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Worst experience of your life.
Yeah. I put some of the Frank's Red Hot on it, but it's not the same as like Taco Bell hot sauce. It's It's tough. It was tough. It was heartbreaking, actually.
I think the most disappointing was when you don't get sauce at Popeyes. Like I don't get like the chicken. I get the chicken strips.
Yeah, me too.
And like if you don't get the sauce for the chicken strips, it's like why bother?
Yeah, why do anything? And if you
Exactly.
get a Papa John's pizza and you don't get the garlic sauce,
Oh
then
fuck yeah, garlic sauce rules.
what are you even doing with your life?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
Here's what I would like to know.
That's right.
What's that?
If you're picking pay-per-views
Oh fuck, really?
and you're not winning,
Uh-huh.
what am I doing with my life here?
Oh no, did Matt have a bad time this weekend?
You didn't do the numbers, T-Dog?
No, I
It
didn't.
wasn't a terrible time. But it wasn't a great time.
It's time for Double or Nothing. Pay-per-view pick extravaganza thing.
So last night was AEW Double or Nothing. If you live in a cave and you didn't know, and we had picks, 13 matches, huge card, huge.
4 hours and 40 minutes, huge.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
See, now I have no complaints about the length because I enjoy the product.
Oh, you like them?
I also watched New Japan, so this was like a Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, but you said that you haven't watched AEW in a while.
Well, I haven't watched AEW. It's not because I haven't. Like, I won't.
I understand what you're saying. I got you.
I enjoy the product, right?
You enjoy.
I'm not
when
sitting
you watch
down
it,
for
yeah.
fucking Hell in a Cell. Sorry.
No, I got
Hell in
you.
a Cell could be 15 minutes. I don't give a shit. It could be a half of a Kevin Shower. I'm still not watching it.
That is a half of a Kevin Shower.
Would
But
you
I
watch
enjoy
a
the
Kevin
AEW
shower?
product. What?
Would you watch a Kevin shower for half an hour?
I mean, what's how much on Patreon?
I'd be curious. I'd watch a Kevin shower. I'd love to know what goes on for that half hour.
Yeah.
I want to see him maneuver around his fucking iPhone 4 in the shower for half an hour.
I'll tell you right now exactly what.
No, don't spoil the surprise for
I
them.
want to see it.
I'm not videoing myself.
I
in the
know you're
shower.
not, and I'm not asking you.
Why
to,
would
but
you
let
video?
their
Live stream, bitch.
Let their imaginations run wild. Don't give
Fuck
it.
yeah.
Don't give it away for free, bro.
Yeah,
True.
dude. Come on now.
Great.
Live in a fantasy world here. Don't take it away from me.
Yeah, even if you put like the big black bar over Kevin, I just want to see half an hour. That's a long time. It's an episode of Bob's Burgers.
Wait, the big black bar over Kevin or parts of Kevin? Because I would imagine you would need two big black bars. Listen to me.
I think he would be comfortable with. Yeah, you're right. I think he would be comfortable not being seen. So I'd have to say two big black bars.
It looked like a silhouette of Cubert.
I just want to see
Kevin packing that donkey.
Just want to see the arms.
Holy shit! All three of them.
These hairy arms. These guys.
So pay-per-view was last night. AEW. Long. Kevin's right. It was a long show.
Fuck yeah.
But we had picks.
Oh boy.
No. Oh boy is not a bad thing.
We all did pretty well.
I did not. You know what? I don't feel.
No, Matt, you had the worst of it, but
I did. Tony and Kevin each went 10-3.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I went 8-5.
Okay, that's not a terrible night.
I had myself at 11-2.
Let's open the.
And I had Tony at 10-3. But I could be
numbers,
wrong.
Kevin. I'm opening the app. No.
I thought the only ones I had wrong were Top Team and I thought I had Top Team wrong, and I thought that I had
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We all lost Darby Allin
and Ruby. No, I had Kyle O'Reilly.
Let me double check this.
Uh-oh.
I could be wrong. You're right.
I thought I only lost
wrong.
Ruby.
I was wrong. Kevin had Kyle.
I wonder how many times Matt's been wrong over the years.
I would tell him. So I felt really good about this show after I watched it.
I got to make an adjustment here. My apologies.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
No, it's not. It's a very easy fix. It's a very easy fix.
I'm not. Yeah, no one's throwing shade or anything. It's just the numbers just didn't add up. That's all.
Wow. All right, let me just adjust this here. Let me hide that for a second. Edit this.
I thought I was 11-2. Tony was 10-3, and you were. I actually thought you were. What do I have here?
Wait, what did I get wrong? Now I'm curious. What did I get wrong?
I'll tell you exactly what you got wrong.
Uh-oh.
You got
here
the the Jericho match, the big schmoz nonsense.
Oh, fuck him too.
You got the Darby match wrong.
Fucking Dobby.
You got the Young Bucks Hardys wrong.
Fuck.
And that was it. There's
And
your
you had
three.
the Hardys and Kyle O'Reilly. Good for you, man.
I had the Hardys.
And he had the Jericho Association.
Fuck them.
But he picked Ruby Soho to win.
Soho.
Yeah, I really thought that like the work that they've been doing to try to like rebuild Ruby. But then once I saw Adam Cole's gear, I was like, all right. So I had Adam Cole winning as well, right? So we all had Adam Cole winning. No, actually, Matt, you had Samoa Joe. Matt, you had Joe. But once I saw Adam Cole with the pink and black gear, and then I saw Britt Baker with the pink and black gear, I was like, it's going to be both of them. And I didn't think about that before the show. That probably should have been a thought process that came into my head, that they would have them both winning because everyone knows that they're together and this and that, and it would be a nice little feel-good moment, even though they're bad guys. But I just thought Ruby Soho, after that match on Rampage with Chris Statlander, which was awesome, I thought that they would maybe try to do something with Ruby Soho. And it just didn't happen.
Let me ask you this. I didn't see it, but I heard that the crowd kind of like was behind Statlander and really like didn't like the fact that Ruby Soho won. They like booed her a lot.
On Rampage.
I don't know. Yeah. Was that?
Yeah, they were 100% behind Statlander, but it's the AEW crowd. Like they're so split in who they want to root for. Like it's just, and neither one is a bad choice, because I thought that Ruby Soho. All right, so in that finals match, right, or the semifinals match between Statlander and Ruby Soho, which I watched live, great match. I was hoping at that time that it would be Statlander and Britt Baker, right? Because Statlander is back, rejuvenated, kind of separated from best friends, cuts a promo about how she's had friends and enemies and she's not letting anything get in her way. So I was like, wow, this could be a jump off for Statlander. But then once Ruby Soho won, I was thinking to myself, oh, you know what? Ruby Soho kind of needs the same thing. She's a bigger star. She's a bigger name, but she still needs to get back to where she was when she first came in. So that, and then Britt Baker's made, right? Like she'll be a star no matter who she loses to, no matter what. So I was hoping that Ruby Soho would be the one that would give her a loss eventually, and other than Thunder Rosa, because that booking hasn't been incredible either. But so I really thought that Ruby Soho would win, but Britt Baker is the face of the division, so God bless.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I know the past couple pay-per-views, there was always like one that I look at and I'm kind of like, well, I kind of wish I could have had that one back. I still would have picked this up and down the same way that I did. Same way. I wouldn't have changed any picks. So I would have stood with the 10-3. I have no regrets on my picks.
I would have probably see. Here's the thing, though, and this is only coming from after the match happened. If I had to take one back, it would have been Sammy, Ty, and Kazarian, because I did not see the way that this was going to go, and the fact that there's two things here. It's twofold. It's that Kazarian and Sammy clearly don't get along, which I didn't follow in the storyline at all. I didn't realize that they hated each other, other than maybe like the skepticism of like breaking into the top team and stealing something and sledgehammering something. So I didn't realize that was the point of the story that they were in. I would have taken that one back 100% if I had known that. Then after the fact, the promo that Paige and Sky did was like, all right, so yeah, you know what? Sometimes programs have to end. Like, how long can this program go on?
That program needed to fucking end.
Yeah.
I just want to go. So I've adjusted the standings. Kevin, Tony sits in first place, 72-32. Kevin is nipping at his heels at 71-33. I am where I always am. In third place, I'm 10 games back at 62-42. But I have news for you guys.
Oh no. Are we picking New Japan Katsu? This
No,
week?
Tony.
No.
But we have to pick 2 WWE shows this weekend.
What's the second one?
NXT In Your House is Saturday. Hell in a Cell is Sunday.
Yeah, I love it. But I'm going to show this from Kate real quick. Britt absolutely didn't need this. Having Rancid play her down, Ruby in an Owen jacket, all to have her lose. I agree. I agree with
Kate.
Kate.
CM Punk did the same shit when he fought The Undertaker, and he still lost. So there you go.
I'm just saying, I agree with in this particular situation. I agree that I thought Ruby Soho
you know
should've
what?
won.
I don't really care about Ruby Soho, and I think a lot of people feel the same way.
I
don't
think you don't care about Ruby Soho. I just don't think you care about the women's division.
No,
if
I
you
don't
cared
I
about
don't-
the women's division, you would care about Ruby Soho.
That's not
or
true.
or how she was booked.
That's
You
not
would
true.
care
I
about
care. I care about the women's division. I could give less of a shit about Nyla Rose. And where's Penelope Ford been, by the way?
You got to figure.
Yeah, but where is she?
I don't know.
I need Kate's doppelganger on my TV. God damn it!
Kate could be your Ford.
All right, I'm gonna try and rein this in here
All right.
because there's a lot to talk about. But first,
Oh, really?
Well, there's 13 matches, so of course.
Oh, God!
we're not gonna go through every match. There's
Can we
just-
have an AEW 3
Tony,
count and
it's-
just be
it's
done
eight-
with it?
It's
Hold
8:30,
on, Tony, relax. This is a big pay-per-view. But I think the biggest story that comes out of this is the MJF situation.
It's all the work, bro.
You think it's a work?
100%. 100%. Tony Khan wants to be evil Vince McMahon, and this is going to be his play to get on TV. This is what's going to happen.
He's
That's
already
what's gonna
on TV.
happen.
What do you mean? He's already on TV.
Oh, he wants to be a character. He doesn't want to be like the guy that's fucking,
No,
hey, guess what? We're making an announcement.
no. So then he's got to stop he's got to stop that if he wants to actually be an entertaining
This
character.
week on AEW Dynamite, Tony Khan makes a sandwich. Tune in at 8:30.
Is that Shivani? Because that's a great Shivani. Is
It's
that what Shivani?
Sting.
That's an incredible Shivani. You
So-
should do that more often.
This
Hey,
week on
Tony, you
Rampage.
think the MJF thing is a work? For those not, I don't know, barbecue. If you were barbecuing all weekend or not paying attention to the sheets or the news or whatever, MJF has been very vocal about his contract status, and he has openly said that when the time comes, he would take more money to go elsewhere. And then he was not at the meet and greet Saturday. And then the rumors started circulating that he had booked a flight out of Las Vegas. And then
the flight was booked for him.
And then it came to that he was not on said flight. And then the reports all day yesterday was that he was not at the building. The promo was taken down. The promo for the match was taken off of their YouTube.
But was put back up.
It was back up. It was on the pre-show, and he was in the opening match against Wardlow. And the reports that I saw today were that he showed up at the building, had the match, and he left.
So here's what I'll say about the situation is that whether it's a work or not, whether he's pissed or not, whether it was just to build his bad guy persona, there was, in my mind, knowing the little that I do know about Max and how he was trained in wrestling and how he was brought up, there was no shot in hell that he was not going to be there tonight or last night. Last night. There was no chance. He was going to do the right thing. And so whether it's a work or he's really legit pissed and he'll leave, or if he's handling it, no matter which way he's handling it, there's no way in my mind, again, this is just me talking, this match was going to happen the entire time. Like, I never had a doubt in my mind because Max is too, again, success might change people, but he was never the kind of person that would do that. Never.
Now, let me ask you this, Tony, since you think this is a work, what do they have? If it is a work in your mind, Tony, what does AEW and MJF have to gain? What do you gain from this?
Because people are concerned. Like, you think MJF's going to show up on Wednesday? You think he's going to be back? We don't know. We got to tune in and find out if he's going to appear. Is Tony Khan going to say something about it? Are they going to talk about it on commentary? Somebody else going to bring it up? That's fine.
Do you think more people bought the pay-per-view to see if he would show up?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I don't think the pay-per-view was completely sold on CM Punk and Hangman Page. You
Well,
know?
to me, it would be. You could also make the argument the opposite way. Is like, if I don't know he's going to be there, why would I? And I'm buying it for this match that was arguably the hottest storyline in the company, and I don't know if he's going to be there. Why would I buy this show?
Because you want to know he's going to be there. Look, I mean, ultimately right now, AEW's kind of in the funk that WWE's in. They have their audience, and their audience just isn't growing. So
Yeah.
they're catering to that audience right now anyway. Does it bring in new eyes that people are going to tune in? No, they're probably not. But holy shit, MJF might stick it to Wardlow. What are they going to do? Is Wardlow going to come out and call him out? Like, what's going to happen?
Well, that's where I think that's where I feel like MJF realized the real life MJF realized like he was not going to do that to Wardlow. He was not going to do that. I mean, I don't know what the contract deal is, but like if he didn't show up, could he get sued? I don't know anything about that, but I know he would not have done that to Wardlow because this was the story. And up until tonight, MJF was a willing participant in the story, which had only one true payoff, which would have been Wardlow destroying MJF. Maybe not to the extent that he did, but like this was the only payoff of this match, regardless.
You think the only payoff was him getting zero offense in?
No. Wardlow winning.
Yes, and we all picked Wardlow. I think everybody knew that's the direction they were going.
I think you could have got away with a borderline squash, not the super duper squash, because you could have let Max get up a little bit from it. If it was just, fight, MJF do some cowardly stuff, sneaky stuff, and then Wardlow hits maybe one or two power bombs, then done. But there were a lot more power bombs, and that seemed to be a message. So that in that aspect, to me, that seems like it's real.
Now, Keith says, "Is it if it's to Pillman levels, the working situation?"
Yeah, like they're working the boys, they're working.
Here's the
locker
thing.
room,
Now,
everyone.
I know Pillman worked that angle because he didn't have a contract.
No,
right?
He
got out of his contract.
Out of the contract.
He got out of his contract.
I don't think Tony Khan. He's signed till 2024. He signed a 5-year deal back in 19.
Yeah, so he's got at least another 18 months on there. So if see, here's what we have to decide about what Tony Khan is. Is Tony Khan the kind of guy that says, I'll let you go because you're not happy here? Or is he going to be the kind of guy that says, I'm not going to let you go because I know what you could be somewhere else? But here's the thing. As much as I love Max, I don't know what the heck he could be in WWE.
And I think that's the thing, right? People are intrigued. Like, look, and I think, look, you cannot fault MJF when the time comes. And if he has done what he has done in AEW and he says, I'm going to try something else, I think he is smart enough to know he's not going to be able to go to WWE and cut half the promo that he cuts in AEW.
But is half an MJF promo as good or better than anything that?
I don't know, because
it's got to be, right? It's half an MJF promo. Half an MJF promo is better than any WWE promo, other than maybe like a Roman Reigns or now even Cody maybe or Seth Rollins.
Have a Coca-Cola or a ShopRite Cola? Because I think that's the difference. Because here, Tony Khan he's playing with house money, right? It's dad's money. TBS, they're doing their thing. They're saying shit every fucking chance they get on the air. Like, we're going over to USA, and they they're stockholders. Like, it's a different story. JJ Rogue the Can You Beat That champion. Half an MJF promo is Miz.
That's Miz with one Z.
And Miz promo is
2 O's.
Is a good promo. So
yeah,
I mean, that's
look, there's no doubt that he can cut a hell of a promo. It's just,
but what would MJF be in WWE? I don't see him being MJF in WWE. Like, I just don't see it.
He'd probably be a completely different character.
I don't think they would. First of all, I don't think they would want him.
He'd be Jacob Maxwell. That would be his name.
Unless they truly like believe like his size and his energy and his he would be what listen. They just let go of Malcolm Bivens, who is a tremendous promo, a tremendous character, who's a manager, but relatively, I can't compare the size. But listen, they wanted Adam Cole to be a manager. Would they want MJ? Eli Drake is a freaking manager now.
It's a lawyer, sir.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Or
no, I get your point, Kevin. It's just
so like, what would MJF be in WWE? I don't want to take that chance. You are a superstar where you belong in the rogue top dog company other than WWE. Like, you are like the top guy there. And you
maybe he does not feel treated like that.
That's okay. So that's another question. I don't know what kind of money he's making.
This is going to be an extension of the whole Wardlow MJF story, where MJF is going to be in the Wardlow role, and he's going to put Tony Khan in the MJF role, and he's going to say, I never wanted to be here. Why do you think I had Wardlow with me? To make this place tolerable, but you won't let me out of my contract. You've got me trapped. I'm a slave to AEW. He's going to put Tony Khan in the bad guy seat, and that's where the story's going to go.
Wait, so
you don't think they could play this out for 18 months?
No.
Where he puts Tony Khan in a bad light and then makes Tony Khan the fucking heel figure of the company?
Are you talking about on screen?
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing though, who's gonna cheer MJF?
People love MJF, and if MJF says that
no, they don't,
dude. No, I was in Long Island, bro. That place was
Yeah, well, that's Long Island though.
But you're still getting an arena full of fucking people. People love MJF. He's a fucking great character.
They love him on the internet. They don't love him in the buildings.
Because that's the gimmick with him. He doesn't want you to love him, so people go along with it. But if he comes out and says Tony Khan is not this wonderful guy that you think he is, and that he's keeping me trapped, he's holding me down, he won't let me out of my contract because he knows he's got me by the short hairs, and he's gonna fucking run with it that way.
But then, what was the whole point of? See, here's what I don't like then, because that means you have Wardlow as this guy that just vanquished, essentially, not vanquished, but defeated the most dastardly heel you have in the company, and now all of a sudden this dastardly heel at some point is now a babyface who's going to have to at some point interact with now your upcoming top babyface in Wardlow. Like, he has to still stay a bad guy. He has to be bitter and jealous about what happened. Not jealous.
Yeah, but he could be bitter and angry about what happened. He could be bitter and jealous at Tony Khan. He doesn't have to be best friends with Wardlow. We've seen the 80s.
No, you're right, because I was thinking Shawn Michaels Diesel.
The 80s WWF was the best at it. Piper's turn at 3.
But it'd be way too soon if it happened like
no, well,
Wednesday.
he fucking got stretchered out last night. Yeah. So I don't think you'll be seeing MJF for the foreseeable future.
What I think is going to happen, unless MJF just doesn't want to be there, they'll breathe, they'll talk, and again, I don't know Matt, I don't know MJF very very well, but like thanks, Sonny. If I knew the kind of kid that he was when he started and how he treated everybody there, like, then I think that he'll do the right thing, regardless.
So this is from Mike Johnson. The belief among those we've spoken to today is that while there was some sort of agreement made to get through Double or Nothing, nothing has been resolved regarding the core issues between the two sides. We are told they are more likely to sit down and try and work something out now than they were a few days ago. And then Fightful Select reported that MJF and Khan had a sit down. We should make this clear. At this point, we've not determined whether this aspect is real or a work. And when we asked, no follow-up answer was provided. which was a first throughout this situation.
All right. So it's like a labor negotiation. It's like in sports. It's like you meet, you try to negotiate, you work things out, you talk, and just keep the lines of communication open. MJF did the right thing by showing up. Like he
Of
did,
course.
and I mean, it was his obligation. I mean, the fan fest stuff you could, pick nits on. It stinks for the fans.
You're
but
paying
you can write
$100
that
to
off.
meet him and he doesn't show up.
Yeah, but number one, they got their money back, and number two, it's MJF. He's a fucking dirty, rotten heel. Of course.
Yeah, but
he's
like
not.
if you're look, we've all. I mean, I can't speak for you two, but I get fucking excited for shit, right? If I'm fucking think I'm gonna meet Jay White, and then he decides he's not showing up, man, I'm fucking bummed. Yeah, I'm still there. Yeah, maybe I'll meet a couple other people, but man, I was fucking souped to get my fucking picture with Jay White or MJF. And Kate says they didn't get their money back.
No, they tried to either refund or transfer to
other talent.
I think. So if it's
well, if this is an AEW thing and they're not giving money back, well, that's fucking shame on AEW.
Yeah, but it's probably the process is probably like. I mean, I don't know. It's probably
trust
annoying.
the process.
That's right.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know if Kate's saying that they didn't get their money back, then I'll take her word for it.
She said they were told to go see other talent,
and they would be
hit the bricks.
Like your $100 is credited to you going to see like the Young Bucks or
So here's the thing now though. If that session that MJF was there for, and the only other talent is, not MJF level, that could possibly stink.
Sure,
like
it's a fucking bummer, man.
Yeah.
If I go to meet Bret Hart and they're like, no, go fucking meet Brian Blair. I'm like, no, thanks. Kick rocks, bro. Give me my fucking
fuck you. You'd go meet Brian Blair. What are
You're right, I would, but that was just the first name that came to my brain.
And if it was the choice between that and not getting my money back, I would of course go meet Brian Blair. But if I had the chance to meet Bret Hart and then they're saying it's Brian Blair or bust, I would cause a freaking stink and try to get my money back for not being able to meet Bret Hart.
Asian Joe says, I wonder if the Fan Fest had a card subject to change disclaimer when advertised. 100% it did. Guaranteed.
Probably.
Read the fine print, nerds.
Yeah, but I again, this is just a legit question, not like a critique. Do like the conventions have that?
I bet 100% they do. It's somewhere written deep. Tony's a fucking.
It's got to be, and I'll tell you what, though, I do agree. When I went to Queens, just for the only purpose was to go meet Bruno Sammartino, and I paid good money for that shit.
Yeah,
I would have been pissed off.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: it's probably maybe not card subject to change. It's probably like tickets are non-refundable, or something like that.
Probably,
right?
Yeah, it's a good call. We're not going to go through the whole AEW Double or Nothing card. If you really want an in-depth look at that, I should be on the Mark Order podcast Wednesday night, so you can check that out.
Oh, Matt making a guest appearance.
Well, Matt, this is all I watched this week, so
no, that's fine. Look, we still got Down the Aisle to do, and I know it's late, so we're probably just going to jump into that. Maybe Tony will hit us with some NWA stuff. But Kevin, give us some of the things that you really enjoyed from AEW Double or Nothing.
Oh God, we talked about all right, so I enjoyed the show.
Right,
everything was super fun.
No, but I didn't have any real super investment. This was like the first AEW pay-per-view where I just didn't feel like I needed to see it, but I bought it, and it was fun. But I'm telling you, man, someone's gonna die.
Yep.
In that ring at some point soon, because there was a lot of scary stuff that happened.
It's probably going to be one of the Hardys, to be honest with you.
I'll knock on wood right now that they don't, obviously, but dude, there was Ricky Stark spot, Darby Allin spot. Jeff Hardy did not look great.
That's what a lot of people have said, that Jeff Hardy is really looking showing his age at this point.
This was like a tale of two Jeff Hardys. He seemed out of it for a lot of the match, but then ended up finishing like a freaking brick house.
But you see that
awesome.
that's the other thing too. Like when they brought in Jeff Hardy, now all of a sudden, like every time you see him on TV, he's got to dive off of something, jump off of something. You can't let him keep doing that. Jesus, he's like almost my age, and he's been doing this for like 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like fucking that shit takes its toll on you.
But that
and even in the Jade match, who I think Jade is incredible. There was a scary spot in that match too. Some of the stuff just didn't click, and we talked to the Outlaw about chemistry, and it's just like, man, like I don't know, like how many times people worked with each other overall. Okay, and I get your point is taken tongue in cheek, but
no, she's trying to say I'm an old man. That's what Kate's saying.
No, I thought she was talking about Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but I conflated Jeff Hardy's age to my age, so Kate's like, oh, he's almost 87. Yeah, haha, Kate. I'm gonna take my cane and fucking hit you over the head.
Even if
with
she was talking about Jeff Hardy, point taken. He's older, but then just do something else. Like figure out another way to have a match without needing to like be like where you can't even stand and you're in the corner.
Yeah,
like not outside the ring, like in your actual corner where you would get the tag. You're just laying in the corner while the match is going on.
He can easily do twists of faith. He could do his like the double foot to the midsection with the leg drops and all that.
It's tough to see. It's tough to watch, especially if you're going to keep teasing the fans about the match that you think they should get. Then what, Matt?
I love every bit of this. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because it's the exact way I feel about Ric Flair in his last match. And guess what? The nostalgia tards, it's sold out.
All right. So here's the thing, man.
Sold out.
All right, Kevin, I'll let you take this because Kevin's got this.
Jeff Hardy's going to do what Jeff Hardy wants to do.
We understand, but
this is one match for Ric Flair. This is one time, and it's probably going to be a six-man.
Here's the thing. He's 73 years old. It's not like Jeff Hardy's not just going to hang his fucking boots up tomorrow.
We get it, but Ric Flair is not doing swantons and fucking twists of faith and leaping over the top rope, diving to the outside.
It's the same thing. Jeff Hardy's going to do this until he is crippled, paralyzed, or God forbid, dies in the ring.
Well, and
it's in his blood. The same thing with Ric Flair.
Yeah, for that stance, I agree with you. Yes, Ric Flair's got a fucking pacemaker. He should not be taking.
Yeah,
it's a miracle that fucking Jerry Lawler still does this with a pacemaker. He's in the same boat.
All right, so here's what I'll say to counter that a little bit, just because why wouldn't if you all agreed on everything, it just wouldn't be fun. Have you watched
that's a Phil and Tony podcast.
Like, have you? Yeah, I haven't seen a Jerry Lawler independent match. Not one since he almost died.
I think he takes one bump. I think
so.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if Ric Flair at 73, like would I stop like my dad from going out if he wanted to go shoot a few hoops? Like, would I stop him from doing that at 73? Would I stop him? Probably not.
I mean, but if he's going out and he's just throwing free throws or trying to make buckets and he's not posting up,
what do you think a Ric Flair match is going to be?
Here's the thing, right? JJ Roke says, "Look, Flair won't be jumping off a ladder on the chairs. At a certain point, AEW, excuse me, has to do a better job protecting their talent." But
that's
they're
100%.
not.
No, that's 100% accurate, by the way.
But they're not going to Jeff Hardy and like, hey, do the hits. Jeff Hardy is he's been in the business for 30 years.
Yeah, but the problem,
I don't want to do this.
But the problem with AEW is, and you'll hear it from other people that go there where they're like, oh, it's a breath of fresh air because it gives everybody a chance to like do what they want to do. No, if Jeff Hardy says, I'm going to end it with the swanton and this and that off a 30-foot ladder, somebody's got to say, no, you don't fucking need to do this. Stop. Yeah. Somebody's got to tell him. If you don't put your foot down, he's going to fucking do it anyway.
Do the whisper in the wind. Do the, the swanton. Do your bound on the bound.
Maybe this is it. Like maybe this is his last fuking hurrah.
No, it is. It clearly is their last.
Maybe
run.
This is the way he wants to go out.
But then that's fine. Who am I to tell him not to?
Well,
but I'm just saying. Listen, I didn't mean that Jeff Hardy was gonna.
No, like look, every time I see Sting doing something and they set up tables, I fucking cringe.
Yeah,
I got super nervous about the Darby Allin dive to
Oh,
Matt, I got super nervous
about one where his feet got caught and they kept trying to show the replay.
Yeah, at the first point, I actually thought it was a really cool spot, and then I realized something went wrong. Like I thought it was like, oh, he just did like a cartwheel kick through the ropes. How does that work? That's not what he was going for. So that made me nervous. The Ricky Starks almost landing on his freaking head made me nervous. It's not ballerina. That's true. Kate.
It says it's not ballerina.
Here's the thing, though, right?
But there's a difference, Matt. You're right.
No, but like, because Kevin, when he fell outside the ring, I was like, oh my God, he just came back from a neck injury.
Yeah. That's what you got to remember, too.
Is he so fucking good? Like, still at 40 years old, I can't tell. Are they that fucking good at making it look like it fucking hurts that much?
That's a good point. I don't think so. Because if they were that good, then the refs wouldn't run out and immediately check on them.
I mean, but that's your thing, right? That's not even a ref. That's a human reaction, right? Like
did you see a point in the match, in the Hardys match, where the doctor actually went to go check on Jeff? Yeah. He's on the outside of the ring. Jeff is in that corner, like I said, but not outside of the ring.
Who put the face mask on MJF? Oof.
Wait, what?
The fucking oxygen thing? That was a bit much.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing. I don't know. I thought I knew how oxygen masks work because it was literally just over his nose and not over his entire mouth and nose. But I could be totally wrong. But I'm CPR certified, so I thought that's where you would kind of put them. But could be wrong about that. But yeah, it's just like listen, it was a fun show. But here's what I'll tell you. What I didn't like it. If you want to move on from this, I have no problem doing that to go down the aisle. But that Jericho Appreciation Society, Blackpool Combat Club / LAX stuff, that was a tough watch.
Really? I fucking loved every second of that.
It was a tough watch at the beginning. I didn't get why they had the music playing as long as they did. Like, I don't know if that
you don't love Wild Thing?
No, I love it. But here's the turning point that I absolutely loved is when Jericho actually ripped the soundboard.
Yeah,
so that was all right. So that was great. And that made, but the entire time I'm thinking like, well, how is Moxley losing? Because if this music's gonna be playing the whole time, he's not losing.
Sorry, Kev, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
But Kay said Big E's career may be over because of a bad suplex, guys. Draws is in a wheelchair because of a blown spot. Like, it's wrestling, man.
Kojima can't walk anymore. Fucking Hayabusa can't walk anymore.
Hayabusha's dead, bro.
Well, I understand, but
it's just
he died. Like
no, I know, but he was injured.
He just slipped on the ropes. Like, it's wrestling. Like, shit happens.
But to see it happen so much in one night is tough.
Yeah, because nobody in the back says no. Nobody says why not do something different.
They're professional wrestlers. Like, this is their job.
Yeah, but they don't have to fucking try to kill themselves every time they go out.
That's where we are with wrestling.
Not in the NWA, we're not.
And what?
Not in the NWA, we're not.
Tell that to your world champ who thinks he fucking tore his bicep, buddy.
Yeah, well, fuck him too. Stupid fucking going off and doing fucking indie shots. Good for him. Hope Nick Aldis sticks it up his ass.
Wait.
You better hope Homeboy shows up.
You're criticizing Matt Cardona for doing indie shots when the companies that he works for are Impact and NWA?
Yeah, he's the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. You don't see Nick Aldis doing fucking GCW.
What are you, a fucking mope? What are you?
Not a mope. I stand for good wrestling. Not that fucking jackass with his 45 hardcore belts. Fuck him in his hand and his torn bicep. How do you like that?
Are we just, here's the thing. Are we just older? Is that the thing, right? Because
probably
we loved every second. We loved every second of ECW.
Yeah, but dude, even during the 90s, people were dying every fucking week in wrestling.
It was awful. But bro, 99, you're gonna give me Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome with unprotected chair shots? I was fucking all in. I didn't give a fuck if they couldn't wipe their own ass the next morning.
I think there was a
stand. One Night Stand was probably the best match on the show.
Dude, there was a chair shot on Dynamite. I think it was either Dynamite or Rampage. I think it was on MJF from Wardlow or Wardlow or Sean Spears on Wardlow. Wardlow missed and Sean Spears hit MJF, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a completely unprotected headshot, like chair shot.
Are we just older? Is that the thing?
Yeah, but look at this. Mike Awesome fucking killed himself. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I watch tons of New Japan. if you tell me Naito and Ibushi are gonna have a match, I instantly am fucking nervous because these guys go balls out, and all it takes is a Hayabusa slip on the rope, an apron bump gone wrong, where these guys are fucking paralyzed or worse, dead. But is it 40-year-old Matt? Right? Are we older? And we think about these things versus 20 years old, and I want to see fucking Masato Tanaka's head in my lap.
It's just it's just like anything else. But it's just like we're getting older. It's just like anything else in society. And the jokes that we made then, or the things that we did then, they're not cool now. This is not cool now. Some of the times, it's not like. What I mean by cool is it's like it's just not right.
But I think comparing wrestling from like the 80s when especially you guys were really young, seeing it change to the 90s, that like we didn't realize how bad these guys were hurting and how bad they were getting hurt until a couple years later, when a lot of these guys were hooked on pills because they couldn't take the pain anymore. A lot of these guys were killing themselves because they didn't know what to do with themselves anymore. That all started coming out later on. Yeah, exactly. So all this crazy shit started coming on after the fact, after all this stuff. Look at all the guys that are dead from ECW. Look at all the guys that are dead from WCW. A lot of people are fucking dead and gone. And a lot of it has to do with these guys going in and out every night, busting their asses, doing fucking crazy shit, and then popping pills to get through it and just to do it again the next night.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to speak to that. I don't think like Ricky Starks, after he has a match, is going back to his hotel and popping pills.
It's a different animal now.
Yeah. So, but I wonder if the mentality is still the same in their heads, that they need to do what they have to do now instead of prolonging their career and working safer. Like that's like the big like cliche in wrestling. Don't work. What was it? Don't work safe. Work smart. Is there some weird line?
Work smarter, not harder.
Work smarter, not harder. So now, will that lead to maybe a less entertaining product than Tony Khan wants to produce?
Maybe. Right. Well, like Kate says here, AEW wrestlers, they wrestle like 25 days a year. That's also,
a good point.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing either, because if you think about it, if you're not in the ring, you're not getting better. You're not honing your craft. So if you're only working like twice a month, that's why these guys are making lots of mistakes on like easy things.
No, but I think her point was that it's not and I don't want to speak for Kate, but I think her point was
I get the point.
It's not the wear and tear of the 300 days.
Exactly, but going on the completely opposite direction, you need to keep working to stay at that level, to keep getting better. Not everybody in the ring is
we don't know that they're not. A lot of these guys do indies,
right? But you can't.
Yeah,
I think a great point is they've essentially traded the 250 days a year on the road with the pills and the booze to a quarter of that, but very risky, risky.
Well, that's something that we can't discard, is that the risks that these guys are taking are just like nuts.
Also, like we've been to AEW shows, right? Like those holy shit moments are awesome.
They're great, but it's just tough.
It's not at the forefront of your mind. When you see an awesome spot, you're like, I hope they can get up. When you're watching at home and the cameras are everywhere, the Ricky Starks bump scared the shit out of me.
Me too.
I was like, holy fuck, this dude just came back from this neck injury. And then he was not in the ring for a while. And my mind went to the worst possible place. Like, this poor kid is fucking
dude.
done.
Then he took the freaking he was the spot. Was it Will Hobbs? And Will Hobbs came off the ropes. He got back up and took that.
Yeah. But then it's back to my point from before. Like, are these guys so good at making me think, right? Are they doing their job that well?
It's a good question.
Right? Because he finished the match and he walked out, and I haven't seen anything today that said Ricky Starks was hurt.
But that could also be adrenaline.
And but usually when you see that, you'll get some kind of,
and it's not
post scrum, like Ricky Starks was hurt. Like, we didn't hear anything, which is a good thing, I guess.
No, that's definitely a good thing. But it's not like what could have happened to him, because he is kind of like the Big E thing. They took Big E out immediately and so the fact that they didn't do that right away it's like is I guess positive, but at the same time, like you don't know like the adrenaline going. It's like sometimes you get into like a car accident, right? And you say you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Then 24 hours later, you are fucking like you can't move.
Right, you got a concussion, you're all fucking
Yeah.
mangled.
So you never know. So to play it on the safe side, I mean, yeah, I get it. You want to finish the match. I get that. That's the business. And I'll never discredit anyone for wanting to do that. But man, there was some scary stuff. And it's, to me, I love AEW. It's my favorite show. It's literally my favorite show. But they need to, last night made me seem like, even like if you want to go back to a wrestling perspective, they need to do better at like getting people invested in the show. Cause I've read like the dirt sheet reporters that like were just like, and I hate that, I'm sorry to use that term, but like there was a lot of these matches popped up out of nowhere. A lot of these stories just weren't like, there was no investment in anything. Even like your top stories, CM Punk and Hangman Page, was just not. This was the one that was like the least most like, I'll do it, but I'll buy it, I guess. But because I have to watch it, and I didn't go up to your house, Matt. But so I still wanted to watch it, so I bought it, and it was fun. I watched it twice. I watched it late last night, and I watched it today, and just wasn't the best effort, but it was still very, very fun, I think.
And we'll wrap this AEW thing up real fast because I know we want to do down the aisle, but I thought the Hardys and the Bucks was fun. The House of Black 6-man was sick, and the fucking finish with Tony's girl was awesome. The Julia Hart shit with the fucking her eye,
yes.
Awesome storytelling. I love this. Look, I know the build may not have wet your whistle, Kev, and I unfortunately have not been able to watch weekly with Dynamite. The story that Punk and Page told, I thought was great, and the ending, the way it ended, I fucking loved it.
Right, and listen, I thought that Page and Punk each like tore a quad or tore a calf or did something in that, because there was a lot of scary moments in that match too that weren't high spots either. So to counterpoint what we were talking about, high spots, you can get hurt doing anything.
Yeah. The women's match was.
Yeah, I do want to say that the Kate posted again about how Thunder and Serena was awesome, which it was, but there was nothing. There's nothing I didn't care. Like I don't think there was no chance Serena was winning that match.
Yeah, there's always a shot, right? Well, that's the same. Why do you watch the WWE? You know, Roman's not losing on in your house. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
that's for a different podcast.
Fair enough.
I thought the Owen Hart women's finals was flat. The whole Owen Hart thing it dragged. The shit with Martha was atrocious. That fucking hat. I wanted to remove that hat from her head immediately.
Did you see her dance back in the aisle? Did you see that? Did you catch that?
The only thing I enjoyed about that was the belts. And Tony, I don't know if you saw the belts. They pay homage to the Stampede Championship belts. They're beautiful belts.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But I don't know, man. This whole Owen Hart gimmick. My whole thing, honor Owen Hart. Fucking stop with the tournaments already. We got to go through this every fucking other week. There's another tournament.
The tournament's over. We got a cup. They get their name on it. It's great. It's no different than the fucking Opera Cup. And you sit through that bullshit every December.
It's once a year.
And this will be once a year too.
As opposed to the 17 other tournaments they have every year. Fuck off.
Tournaments are great.
Tournaments about everything.
They're taking off the New Japan booking. Tournaments are great.
Yeah, wonderful. Great.
And the titles aren't defended. They're just prizes.
So then why did they make prizes? Why not just have the cups?
Because you're paying homage to fucking Owen Hart, who truthfully, this should have been something that WWE did a long time ago, but Martha fucking hated Vince McMahon. So
they killed her fucking husband.
I get it, but it's like finally, like somebody's bringing to light, like let's celebrate Owen Hart, right? I was annoyed. We were watching it, and she goes, and Oj is up there. I go, they put that kid in the fucking nosebleed seats? What the fuck?
Yo, their daughter looks just like Owen. It's fucking
This
scary.
kid looks like Owen, too.
No, the daughter, dude.
And
She's got his face.
Isn't the daughter jacked?
She looks pretty svelte, yeah.
I thought she was like a wrestler for a second. And then when I heard like Athena, which Ember Moon showed up.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, wait. Then I was like, wait, her name's Athena. I was like, wait, did Owen Hart's daughter like do a run-in on the pay-per-view? But no, it's actually Ember Moon.
Ember Moon showed up. Melvin Bivens showed up. Roosh and Andrade are going to be a thing, which is fucking sick.
That's cool.
They forego. They don't do the handshake. They do the fucking. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, Ruby Britt was like whatever. It was flat. I agree with what Kate said before. Like they fucking Rancid was fucking. I thought Lars whatever his fucking nuts was. He was the lead singer. Shows you how much I know about fucking Rancid.
No, Lars isn't the same.
No, I didn't.
Well, he might be, but maybe just didn't sing that song. I thought that too, and I'm a big Rancid guy, and I thought that it was Lars the entire time.
That's why you take 30-minute showers, right?
That's right.
Wait, Lars Ulrich sings for Rancid now?
No, Lars Fredrickson.
Lars Fredrickson.
I have no idea what that is.
What else are we forgetting?
You talking about the drummer from Metallica?
The three-way for the tag titles was sick. I picked Team Taz because I thought that Christian Cage turn was happening, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. When that happens. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. I had to tweet this out last night. If you're gonna do the fucking sharpshooter, for the fucking love of God, learn how to do the fucking sharpshooter. And you know what?
That's a great point.
Santana replied with a laughy cry face, and this shit on our Twitter's got almost 400 likes.
Really? Because Matt,
Yes.
I thought the same thing because I noticed it earlier when
when Ruby Soho does it,
did
to
the
Britt
clover
Baker,
leaf.
I'm like, what? And they're like, it's a sharpshooter. I'm like, she's just fucking laying on top of her with her legs.
Yeah.
This isn't the sharpshooter. And then fucking Punk did it. And I'm like, this isn't the sharp. Sting is in your fucking company. Teach these people how to do the fucking sharpshooter.
Dude, and yeah, so if you want to get to that point eventually, you can, but you got to start like with the standing base and
Holy
like
shit.
Like, dude, and the same thing happened with whoever did the cloverleaf. I forget. I wasn't sure if it was a female match or a men's
Yes,
match.
I think it was Serena Deeb went for the cloverleaf.
And it was literally just like, oh, I'm gonna sit on your butt.
It's fucking terrible.
Which is insane to think that these incredibly talented people can screw that up. But
yeah.
maybe they were exhausted. Maybe they were tired. Like, but it was none of them. None of the sharpshooters, none of the cloverleafs looked good at all.
No, none at all. None at all. If you want an in-depth look at Double or Nothing, please, the Mark Order podcast, Wednesday night, 10:15. Kate, Ryan, Anthony, I'm sure I will be there. I'm not sure I'll be there. I should be there. We're going to talk about Double or Nothing and Dynamite. So tune in Wednesday night on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Kevin, anything before we go down the aisle?
Love that Jurassic Express kept the belts.
Yeah.
I think that they're still teasing a Christian, maybe Jungle Boy thing. I feel like that has to happen at some point, but they haven't pulled the trigger at all yet. I know there's a big 10-man tag on Dynamite. So yeah, so I didn't watch WWE. I didn't even watch Impact this past week. So we'll get back to that next week.
We will. Now it's time for our favorite new segment, Down the Aisle. Now, gentlemen, we could have gone two different ways tonight.
Uh-oh.
Okay, because my buddy Alex was here last night, Alex the Russian, and he was telling me about WWF Coliseum Home Video UK Rampage 92, where there is a match, Legion of Doom against Dino Bravo and Colonel Mustafa. Except it is Dino Bravo in his Canadian gear with the black hair.
Yes. I'm familiar.
So I said, oh, maybe I'll go that way. But then, unfortunately, we got some sad news today. FMW legend Tarzan Goto, unfortunately, passed away after his battle with liver cancer at the age of 58.
That's sad.
So if you are familiar with FMW, Onita and company, Tarzan Goto was heavily featured there. So that sent me down the aisle.
Oh boy,
gentlemen. And that brought me to ECW's Heatwave 96.
Ooh.
Which is where we find ourselves. This event took place July 13th, 1996 at the Philadelphia 2300 Arena, the ECW Arena. I just pulled the card up. Your opening match, it seemed, was the Gangsters against the Samoan Gangster Party, which was Matt Daddy Kane and Sammy Silk.
That was 3-minute warning.
In
was it
1996?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Sammy Silk was Samu.
Mm-hmm.
And Mac Daddy Kane was Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was Samu and Rosie. It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't
Jamal?
Eki
and
Eki.
It wasn't Jamal and Rosie.
Fucking name dropping. I love it.
That's his name.
We got Mikey Whipwreck defeating the Giant Killer Paul Loria.
Well, of course.
Which somehow turns into the Eliminators defending their tag titles against Mikey Whipwreck and Sabu.
What?
The Dudleys, Big Dick and Bubba, who were accompanied by Chubby Dudley, D.W. Dudley,
Dances
and
with Dudley.
Sign Guy Dudley.
That was their Indian, because Dances with Wolves was a movie.
Dances with Dudley.
Yep.
They took on the FBI, JT Smith, Little Guido, with Big Guido and Salvatore Bellomo.
Jesus Christ. Well, at least they got real Italians in there.
Wait, LA Smooth is not Rosie.
Okay.
The Samoan Gangster Party was LA Smooth and Samu.
The Samoan Gangster Party was Mac Daddy Kane,
Sammy the Silk,
and Sammy Silk. Sammy Silk is Samu,
and LA Smooth is not Rosie.
Mac Daddy Kane is Rosie.
Rosie is Big Matty Smalls.
LA Smooth is pretty notable on the indie scene up around here. He's got like black, greasy, curly hair.
It is Samu and Rosie.
It's LA. Well, Wikipedia
Samu
has it
is
as
Sammy the Silk, and Rosie was Big Matty Smalls.
Wikipedia has it as LA Smooth, and LA Smooth is not Rosie.
LA Smooth is Alofa.
Yes. Wait, what?
His name was Alofa.
Alofa shit.
Because 1996 sounded way too young for Rosie to be.
That was Rosie.
Big Matty Smalls. That's
Look, LA Smooth was around in 91 too.
Wait, are we talking Heatwave 96? Are we talking?
We're talking Heatwave 96.
All right. So my Wikipedia says.
Stop with the Wikipedia.
Okay.
This is Rosie.
Oh no, where are you?
Yeah, Sammy the Silk was Samu, and Matt Anoa'i was Big Matty Smalls.
Okay.
And Matt Anoa'i is Rosie. It's right here. Samoan Gangster Party, 1995, under the Samoan SWAT team on Wikipedia.
All right, so Heatwave 1996 was the third Heatwave professional wrestling event produced by Championship Wrestling ECW. Event. Oh, it was all right. So the preliminary matches, right? The opening match was a tag team match in which the Gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa Saeed, took on the Samoan Gangster Parties, LA Smooth, and Sammy the Silk.
He was Mac Daddy Kane at the time. It's not LA Smooth.
Okay, so it's not LA Smooth. It's not Lloyd. I.
Right. LA Smooth
is Lloyd.
Yes.
It's not Lloyd.
Right. It's not Lloyd.
Okay. All right. Carry on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry.
Good.
Keep going. Let's go down this aisle. That's what we do down the aisle.
He did work in ECW 96. Only one event where he was defeated by Brian Lee. As LA Smooth.
Wikipedia screwing me. All right. No more Wikipedia. I'm done. I closed it out. Oh, come on, Tony.
Tarzan Goto defeated Axel Rotten on this show.
Wait. Tarzan Goto was on an ECW show in '96?
He was.
That's crazy.
He wrestled, I guess he was over here on Excursion, maybe? He wrestled. They did their show. He came over and he beat Axel Rotten at a house show in July, the day before Heatwave. Then he beat him at Heatwave. Then in Japan, when ECW went there, he lost to the Eliminators in a handicap match.
What?
And then he defended the IWA World Heavyweight title against Bubba Ray Dudley.
Wow.
1996, people.
There you go.
Shane Douglas beat Jericho, Pitbull number 2, and Too Cold Scorpio in the 4-way elimination match for the ECW World Television title.
Jericho was the champ going in, no?
He was.
I remember this part of the Lionheart. He only held it for a couple of weeks.
It's the first ECW TV show I ever saw was this match. It was fucking 40 minutes.
Wow. This was your intro to ECW, this match?
Yes.
Well, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Luis Piccoli beat El Puerto Riqueña in 1 minute and 10 minutes.
1 minute and 10 minutes.
1 minute and 10 seconds, only to be challenged by Sabu directly after, where Sabu beat Luis Piccoli. So Sabu does double duty, as does Mikey Whipwreck.
In 1 minute and 7 minutes.
And then the main event was a Rage in a Cage 6-man tag match. Terry Gordy, the Sandman, Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, God.
Against Brian Lee Raven and Stevie Richards.
Okay, Brian Lee Raven and Richards makes sense. And who was on the other side with Bam Bam and Sandman?
Dreamer.
Wow. So this is before they wait a minute. Who was there first? Doc was there first, and then he brought in Gordy. No,
man.
Yeah, Doc had to be, because I was at the ECW arena one time and Gordy was standing outside the front doors. I ran out and got a picture with him while he was waiting to come in.
So Heatwave 96 was obviously 96, asshole.
I would hope so.
Hold on, because because today I wanted to watch Doc and Gordy against the Eliminators. It's not on the network.
Doc and Gordy.
All right, so let's see here. So the first appearance of Dr. Death is The Doctor is In August 3rd, 1996.
Yeah.
So Gordy was there before him. Because if this is Heatwave 96, that's in July.
Oh, good call.
All right, let me just double.
But then how the hell was Gordy? Maybe I'm remembering that wrong.
Yeah, because Gordy debuted at Hardcore Heaven 96 to challenge Raven for the title.
Then maybe that's when I got the picture with him. Then my memory is off.
Because Dr. Death doesn't come until August. He beats Devin Storm at ECW's Unlucky Lottery in September.
How long did that match go? 1 minute and 14 minutes?
Let's see here.
It's a new thing.
They don't have times on this because I think it was like one of those ECW spot shows.
Gotcha.
And then the Bad Crew.
Oh, God.
Dog and Rose.
There was no other team that got booed as bad as Bad Crew in ECW. When they got announced and their music hit, people would just fucking chant and fuck Bad Crew. Bad Crew sucks. Everything. Nobody liked Bad Crew.
Matthew Birch, wasn't that ECW TV title 4-way when Francine left the Pitbulls to join Shane Douglas? Yup. Yup. She throws the powder in his face when he's up for the super bomb. Dr. Death wrestled Johnny Smith at one of their spot shows.
Johnny Smith, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 legend.
That sounds good.
And then he was there for I was looking for High Incident, which is the Eliminators versus Doc and Gordy.
I was there for that. That was Tommy Dreamer and Brian Lee on the little scaffold,
right?
What a fucking
I was looking for that hard.
What a shit show that was. That little fucking teeny tiny scaffold.
Bro, that had Van Dam and Sabu against Furnace and LaFon too.
That's a hell of a show, man. I
Sandman
was there for High Incident.
Sandman, Too Cold Scorpio for the world title. Douglas versus Cody Michaels for the TV title.
Cody Michaels.
Taz Little Guido, Mikey Johnny Smith. I think Gordy was there he was gone after High Incident. But he wrestled Bigelow at Ultimate Jeopardy 96. He had his feud with Brian Lee.
When did Gordy get called in to be the executioner? What year was that?
97?
No.
96.
It had to have been around this time, right? Because it would have made sense if they were working together.
Yep. He debuted on the November 18th
Buried Alive pay-per-view.
Yep.
Right, and he had his first match on Monday Night Raw where he defeated Freddie Joe Floyd.
Which is Tony. Tony he gets it. I wasn't sure. If you would know.
He was in bad shape at this point, though.
Yeah, he was.
That's rough.
What year did Gordy die? He didn't make 2000, did he?
He had his last match in 2001.
Yeah.
His last match was in... Dude, his last match. Ready for this?
Oh, boy.
How about bringing it all together tonight, fellas? His last match was January 21st, 2000 at OPW in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Him and Michael Hayes lost to the Hardy Boys.
Holy shit.
Wait.
Dude.
But
That's not the same OPW that exists today.
It's not On Point Wrestling, is it?
No, it was
Oklahoma
Pro
There you
Wrestling.
go.
Well, I'm the king. I'm the king of Oklahoma Professional Wrestling.
On the same show,
Oh, no.
Moose?
Hey.
Hardy Boys, Eric Watts defeated Eli the Eliminator.
Hey.
Oh.
Luna Vachon and Sherry Martel went to a double DQ.
Hey.
Prince Albert defeated Gangrel.
No. Fuck no.
And Tarantula defeated Joey Casanova.
Correct. Ding.
Who the fuck is Tarantula?
I don't care.
I got news for you, Tony.
What's that?
I know who
He's,
Tarantula is.
he's still wrestling in Oklahoma. He recently had a match at a WAH event.
Wow.
Is that run by the beautiful people?
Wow.
You'd never guess what WAH stands for. Wrestle Against Hunger.
Hey.
This is Moose. He lost to the
this is
Canadian Red Devil.
I don't
So-
know who Tarantula
So
is.
he said,
I won.
The Canadian Red Devil's been around for a while too.
fuck yeah.
Also known as Devil Man.
Shining the wizard.
I don't know why every week it's still funny. Like,
These nuts.
I think that's down the aisle, boys.
that was a good one.
My.
Give me some more Moose.
In your face. Hey. Shining the wizard. Shining the wizard.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
Jesus
You
Louise.
cocksucker.
I don't know why. Like the Moose drops
Hey.
are like. I don't think they'll ever get old.
Well, special thanks to Matt Lancie for joining us. Wildkat Sports presents X-Rated on June 25th, Southport Hall in New Orleans, Louisiana. 50 walk-up tickets available day of the show, starting at $25. Doors are at 6, bells at 7, wildcatsports.com. Next week, Luke Hawks joins us. He is I guess he runs Wildkat Sports. I don't want to call him the owner.
He's the face that runs the place.
But he's also been featured heavily on the Young Rock as the ringmaster and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it'll be fun to talk to him about that.
And
And
heels.
we're going to get another match announcement for this X-rated show. So super excited to have Luke on next week. And it's always good to catch up with him. Kevin will have a top 5 for us next week.
Damn right, I will.
No,
Sorry.
next
Sorry,
week it's a Wizards Rewind. We are taking you. Can I tell him? Can I tell him?
Yeah, you can tell him because this is
Yeah,
your
you
pick.
and your Daily Motion.
November 7th, 1987, WWF Superstars. And boy, is this a fucking show. Capped off by an awesome main event. Heart Foundation defends the WWF tag titles against Strikeforce, Tito Santana, Rick Martel.
Oh,
Dude,
hell yeah.
Dude, King Kong Bundy's on this. We get a preview of the 5 guys for Andre's team at Survivor Series, which comes up in a couple weeks after this. We get Ken Patera teaming up with Billy Jack Haynes. Where the fuck else are you going to see this? This episode is awesome. Plus, there's extra surprise. You know, I'm not even going to spoil them. You'll find out next week. But if you want to watch it, go over to Daily Motion. WWF Superstars 1987, November 7th episode. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Action-packed action, people.
Oh, hold on. Turn your music off.
Uh-oh.
You almost got me again. You almost fucking got me.
Uh-oh, what do you mean?
What's our punishment?
What's our punishment?
Yeah,
What do
you won the picks last year.
You don't think I'm going to win them again this year? Maybe I want to double up.
It doesn't matter what's going on this year. We're in May now, bro. We're almost half a year into this the season here. You got to tell us what our punishment is.
Double or nothing.
Well, all right. Then, you know, that's kind of fair enough.